Good evening. This is your Captain Shreyas. Welcome to the Vedantu JEE English channel. And we are on to the first mock test of this season of 2026 JEE. So get ready, my dear JEE warriors, because the entire 11th standard syllabus part test is going to be now conducted, right? So you will see more questions focused on certain topics because they are very important, and certain topics, as per the weightage, we have kept, the number of questions. So entire 11th standard syllabus revision we just did couple of days back. So now it's your test. How much can you solve from these questions? 25 questions physics, then 25 questions chemistry by Diksha ma'am, and then Namrata ma'am will be taking the maths part. Namrata ma'am's voice is not that great today because she is suffering from fever and cold, but still she has told that she will try and come and conduct as many questions as possible. So be patient and be there till the end of the class, guys. Good evening, and my voice is a little bit low, is it? Just check it now. Is it fine, everyone? Just check. Praveen saying low. Hi, Tarun. Good evening, video edits. Hi, D. Shrikant. Good evening. Welcome, Mohammed. Welcome, everyone. Let me know if I'm audible, visible properly. Okay. Just let me know. I'm just going to check my audio settings once more, just in case if there were issues. Okay. Just check now. It should be fine. Perfect. Perfect. Hi. Welcome. All right. City intimation slip might come today or by tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. Good evening, Gokulnath. Yes. Now it's fine. Okay. Great. So let's begin. And that's my quick introduction, guys. Those of you who do not know me, 25 questions coming up on your screen. And make sure you mark your attendance by liking this video because these sessions, mock tests, are going to be incredible. Today, 11th, tomorrow, 12th, next day, full syllabus. And every year we conduct amazing questions. And today's questions, very fresh, very different questions which we have not conducted. I have not seen these kind of questions for the last 1 year. That kind of questions only I have taken. Okay, so you will feel that we are solving something new. Cool. Let's begin with the class. And here comes the first question on your screen. The position of a particle in xy plane is described by the variable x is equal to 80 cube and y is equal to 280. Then the acceleration of the particle is, this is x, this is y. Clearly it is motion in 2 dimension, so it will have x component also, y component also. So let's find them out individually. So if I take dx by dt, I will get the velocity. So if I take the derivative of this, a will be as it is, it will become 3 into t square. Now if I take the second derivative, d square x by dt square, that means the derivative of this, so that will become nothing but 2t, which is nothing but 6 times of 80. That is acceleration in the x direction. Similarly, now if I look at this and if I take the derivative dy by dt, so it will be just 2a multiplied by t's derivative will be 1. So if I take the second derivative d square y by dt square, it's a constant, so derivative of a constant is going to be 0. So this means the y acceleration is 0. So when I talk about the total acceleration, which will have the x component also and the y component also, the x component is only there, y component is non-existent, so it will just become 6 times of 80. So that is your net acceleration. Now the question is, what is the acceleration when time is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0? If I put 0, acceleration should be 0. I cannot see that 0 over here or here. But if I put the value of time as 1 unit, I will definitely get the acceleration as 6a. So the answer should be B for IIT Bombay. Very nice, Kavita. Very good, Sanjana. Harshit. Excellent, Ramya. Keep answering like this only, guys. Okay, keep solving. Keep your papers, minds open. Keep your pen open. Yeah, your rough sheet, everything should be in front of you. And if you have forgotten to smash the like button, do it right now. Now is your chance. Now is your opportunity. You will miss that chance. Do it right now, guys. Now is your chance to mark your attendance. Smash that like button. Because after that, I want your full focus on the class. Right? Let's go to the next one on your screen. Question number 2 coming up, guys. This is how fast you will have to solve. So I am explaining, so I will take more time. I'm writing, I'll take more time. But in the exam, you can see the thinking, how I will think in the exam. That's how I'm showing it to you. Find the ratio of the average frequency of collisions of two molecules whose molar masses are in some ratio, radius is in some ratio, in the same temperature, in the same chamber. Frequency of collisions, this is, I feel, from the chapter of your KTG and thermodynamics. So frequency is nothing but 1 divided by the time period between the collisions, and time is distance. Here it is mean free path by the speed, that means the average speed over here. So this is your mean free path and your average speed over here. Okay, what is the formula for average speed in kinetic theory of gases? It was 8RT divided by pi into molar mass. What is the mean free path formula? There is volume over here and there is root 2 pi d square n in the denominator, but since it's reciprocal, so it will go all in the numerator. So from this, it's very evident what is frequency proportional to. It is proportional to the square of the diameter, and it is inversely proportional to the root of the molar mass. Volume is the same, temperature is same, 8R pi t root 2, all these n are the same, guys. So that has not changed. Now, diameter is proportional to the radius, so it is proportional to the radius square and inversely proportional to the molar mass, because the diameter is double of the radius, so diameter and radius will be in the same proportions and ratios. So from this, immediately I will get the frequency 1 by frequency 2 will be what is it? Root of m2 by m1, because it is inversely proportional to the root of molar mass and directly proportional to the radius. So R1 by R2 whole square. So what is the molar mass ratio? It is in the ratio of 4:1. So M2 by M1 will be 1:4. Radius ratio 2:1. So this will be 2 by 1 and whole square. Root of 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. 2 square is nothing but 4. So this will become 2:1. So 2:1, guys. Option A is the right answer. If you have marked option A, very good. Many of you marked C, that is wrong. So you guys made some mistake in the calculation. Yeah, you guys made some mistakes. So this is how silly mistakes are made. Now see what assumption did you take wrong. Yeah, just see what assumption you have taken wrong, because of that only you will get the wrong answer. Most likely you would have taken m1 by m2 and you would have put 2 on the top, or or maybe you have forgotten to square it, or maybe you forgot to take the root of it. So then you would have cancelled 4 and 4 and then you would have got 1:1. Got it? So these are the kind of silly mistakes which you will do. So that is why these sessions are absolutely very important. Yes, Devi Preva. Yes, Praveen. Yes, remember. Yes, Kritik. Correct, Tarun. Option A is the right one. Next one on your screen, on a drunkard. A drunkard is walking in a narrow lane, takes 5 steps forward, 3 steps backward. 5 steps forward, 3 steps backward. Then again 5 steps forward, 3 steps backward. Each step is 1 meter long and 1 second to cover it. How long will the drunkard take to fall in a pit 13 meters away from it? Now keep in mind these kind of questions. Let's say this drunkard fellow, and this is that particular pit. And right now, how far is it? 13 meters, right? So this is 13 meters. So always these kind of questions, keep in mind, whenever he is going in the front and after that he is going back, in that final steps, what will happen is he will take those last 5 steps like this, 5 steps like this, but he won't get to come back because he will fall after taking those 5 steps. He won't be able to come back. Come back how many steps? 3 steps. That is very, very crucial. So the actual distance which the drunkard will be traveling before those last 5 steps, this is 13 meters and each step is, I think, 1 meter. So basically 13 minus 5, that means 8 meters. So first figure out how much time will he take to cover 8 meters, because after that the last 5 steps he will is going to fall inside the pit. Now, keep this in mind. Each step is taking 1 second. So, if you are going 5 steps, so 5 steps means 5 seconds, and 3 steps means 3 seconds. So, total time you are taking 8 seconds, but you are barely moving how much? 2 meters for every 2 meters. So that means for how many meters? 8 meters. For 8 meters, the time taken, the time will be how much? The time will be how much? For every 2 meters, 8 seconds, like that 4 times. So guys, 8 multiplied by 4, which is 32 seconds. Lastly, the last 5 steps will happen in the last 5 seconds. So therefore, the total time will be this 32 seconds plus those 5 steps will take 5 seconds. So that will be 37 seconds, guys. So 37 seconds is option D. That is absolutely the right answer. Very good. Option D for IIT Delhi. Excellente. Yep, this is the kind of question which has been asked before. So looks familiar, but a new set of data you can say. All right. Moving on then to the next question on your screen, and here it is. Question 4. There is a jet stream ejecting out of a sprinkler on the ground, has a maximum height h and falls after time t on the ground when sprayed at 60 degrees with the vertical. If it's sprayed at 5 meters per second, find the ratio of the maximum height and time of flight. So as you can see over here, that jet spray is being sprayed like this and it is reaching some maximum height. It also has some time of flight. So the question is, if you take the ratio of this height and whatever this time is, what is that ratio going to be? Now, one thing over here, height by time of flight. So just substitute the formula and we'll see what do we get. Height is u square sine square theta divided by 2g. Time of flight is 2u sine theta divided by g. Well, some things will definitely get cancelled, like this g and this g. This sine theta and one of the sine theta, this u and one of the u will also get cancelled. So what is left now? U is left on the top. Okay, this 2 and this 2 will become 4. Okay, sine square theta, sine theta will also remain. So u sine theta by 4 will be remaining. Yeah, u sine theta by 4 will be remaining. Is that right, guys? But now the question is with the values. So what is the value of u? It is 5. What is the value of sine theta? Lot of you are going to put the value as 60 degrees. That is absolutely wrong. It is sine 30, guys, which is half. So it will be 5 into half by 4, which is 5 by 8. Why sine 30? Be careful with the vertical. So technically, this angle is 60 degree. So the actual angle which you put, theta, will be 30 degree. So this small mistake can take away your negative marks. So that option is there, 5 root 3 by 4, but that is not correct. 5 by 8 is the right answer, guys. Understood? So such things you should be on the lookout. These are called silly mistakes, misreading. You are in a hurry, you are overconfident, whatever you can call it. Yeah, otherwise you will get C option. Cool. Shall we go to the next one? Yes, many of you got answer D. Right, very good. Next one, two particles are projected together from the level ground as shown. Two particles, same thing. They may collide after what time? They may collide after what time exactly? That is the question. So what do you do in such things? What do you do in such things? See, if they have to collide, okay, somewhere or the other, maybe this particle will go like this, maybe this particle will go like this. Okay, so whenever they meet, their times will be same, their heights will be also same. Their times will be also same, their heights will be also same. So what can you do now? What can you do? Let's say their heights, if you say, so their heights, the heights from the ground will be same, and for that let's use S is ut plus half AT square. Half AT square. If I use that, what will I get? For this particle, it will be u1 sine theta is the y velocity into the time minus half gt square. Why negative g? Because acceleration in the y direction will be negative g. So that's for the first particle. For the second particle, it will be u2 sine theta 2. This was actually theta 1 over here. So this was theta 1, just like this was u1, and into t minus half gt square. What is happening? Half gt square and half gt square is cancelling from both the sides. So what I'm left out with is nothing but u1 sine theta 1. By the way, even the time value will also get cancelled. If I see the next step, actually will be u2 sine theta 2 into t. So in this equation, I am seeing time is also get cancelled. So I will not really get any answer. I want the time after which they may collide. So solving in the y direction was maybe not the smart. We did not know that until we solved it. But this is what I'm saying. This is what will happen in the exam. You will see time only will get cancelled and you will be puzzled. Sir, I'm stuck in the problem. No, think again. See, okay, height is the same. Also think about the displacements. See, this particle will move this much. This is the displacement of this particle, Sx. This is the displacement of this particle, Sx, for the second guy. As you can see, this Sx plus your x is equal to displacement of that first particle, is equal to the displacement of the first particle in the x direction. So the x displacement of the first particle is the sum of this separation plus the x displacement of the second particle. So that's it. Again, is use s is ut plus half at square and you will be getting the answer most probably. So sx will be nothing but u1 cos, yes, u1 cos theta 1 into t. There is no acceleration, keep that in mind. So plus 0 is going to be equal to u2 cos theta 2 into t and then plus x over here. Just shift these guys over here and see what do you really get. So you'll get time common and you'll have u1 cos theta 1 minus u2 cos theta 2. Time is common, is basically your x. Therefore, my time will be x whole thing divided by this number u1 cos theta 1 minus u2 cos theta 2. So x divided by u1 cos theta 1 minus u2 cos theta 2. But that is also not there in the option. So what you will do now, look at these things. I think I can see some sine theta 2 minus sine theta 1 and all of that is there. So look at this. u1 sine theta 1 is u2 sine theta 2. So maybe get rid of either u1 or u2. How can you get rid of that? How can you get rid of that, guys? Yeah, just substitute. Yes. Or what are you going to do? You're just going to substitute that. Yep. You're just going to substitute that. So substitute u2 from here. Look at this. From this equation, you are seeing u2 is nothing but u1 sine theta 1 by sine theta 2. So just substitute that over here. Just substitute that over here and notice what you will get. X, the whole thing divided by u1 cos theta 1 minus, instead of u2 you are putting u1 sine theta 1 by sine theta 2 and into basically cos theta 2. Now the moment you substitute this and you take the common denominator over here, then this will be also multiplied by sine theta 2. Just think about it. So this will be also multiplied by sine theta 2 and this sine theta 2 will eventually go on the top. This sine theta 2 will eventually go on the top. So notice what the denominator is. Sine theta 2 cos theta 1 minus sine theta 1 cos theta 2. Guys, this is sine of A minus B formula. So this will be exactly the option number C. Can you notice that? Yeah, this is nothing but, so the moment you take sine theta 2 on the top, so x sine theta 2 is there. U1 is anyways common. So sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. That's it. That is nothing but sine of A minus B formula. Understood, guys? So that manipulation was there and both the equations were needed. Mathematical transformation was needed. Formula, trigonometric formula was needed. Otherwise, you will not get the answer. How many of you got this? Yeah? Yeah, this is a long one, but a good one. Let's go to the next question on your screen, guys. Let's go to the next question on your screen, and here it is. Okay, let's see if you guys can get this particular answer. Come on, quickly. If a body of mass m is moving on a rough horizontal surface, coefficient friction mu, the net electromagnetic force is how much? That's the question. Let's think. So you have your body over here and it is going on a rough horizontal surface, and as it moves, friction will act opposite to its motion, and yes, there will be normal reaction also, and there will be, of course, mg also will be there, and it is right now moving like this. Question is, what is a net electromagnetic reaction? See, guys, the sweet way of saying this is, what is the contact force? Basically, they are asking what is the contact force. And contact force is nothing but the vector sum of normal, and the frictional force. That's all. So that is nothing but the contact force. So contact force is, because normal force and frictional are perpendicular to each other, using Pythagoras theorem, it will be n square plus f square under the root. Normal is nothing but equal to the value of mg over here, and friction will be nothing but mu times of normal, which is mu mg. So mg will come outside, and what will remain is mu square plus 1. So that is option A, of course, not this one. This is negative. So this is 1 plus mu square. It's very straightforward, but you have to understand what they actually meant. Electromagnetic forces between the contact surfaces, basically intermolecular forces. That is because of the contact. So that is the contact force, and contact force is nothing but the resultant of normal and friction. Okay, got it? No, it is not D, it is option A. Yeah. Is 58 a good marks, Shyam? It depends. How much are you getting in maths and chemistry, right? So if you are getting very good in maths or chemistry, then it is good enough. But if you are not, then you need to compensate. You need to push to 65 or 70. There is nothing like good or bad. It depends on the perspective, what your percentile target is. Say if your 99 percentile is your target, then you should target 200 marks. If it is 98, 95 percentile, then 140 marks, 150 marks. So accordingly, you decide. Now, a fan is increasing the speed by 120 rpm every 10 seconds. Find the ratio of the tangential to centripetal acceleration of the tip of the blade when the speed is 240 rpm. When the speed is 240 rpm. Ratio of tangential to centripetal. Okay, let's try to think. What will the ratio be? Tangential to centripetal. So from that, we'll understand what and all do we exactly need. Tangential acceleration is alpha into r. Centripetal will be omega square r. Good part, r will get cancelled. So it is nothing but alpha divided by omega square. Okay, perfect. So now let's think what is alpha and what is omega. So just from this data, I can find out alpha. Alpha is nothing but change in the angular velocity upon the time taken. Now this 120 rpm, if you convert it into radians per second, it will be into 2 pi divided by 60. So that will be nothing but 4 pi in radians per second. So the change in the angular velocity is 4 pi radians per second for every 10 seconds. So that is nothing but 2 pi divided by 5 radians per second square. That is your alpha value. Lastly, 240 rpm, that is your final angular speed. So 240 rpm, that means into 2 pi divided by 60. So it goes 4 times 4 to the 8. So this will become 8 pi radians per second. So now let's substitute the value of alpha and omega. Alpha from there is 2 pi divided by 5, and omega from here is nothing but 8 pi, and now this will be squared. So let's see what happens. 2 pi divided by 5. 8 square is 64, and then you also have pi square over here. Pi cancels, 2 and 64 cancels, so it will become 5 multiplied by 32 pi. 320 is half is 160, so this will become 160 pi. So 1 by 160 pi, 1 by 160 pi, option A is the right answer. We did not need the radius. It was a good formula based complete application question. No issues, Lakshmi. If you have joined now, start with the current question. Whatever you have missed, do it later. But solve it in the flow, in the live class. The fun, the motivation, the competition feel only is very different when you are in a live. Okay? Right. So let's begin with the next question on your screen. There is a block of mass M which is taken from point, I think A to B. This is looking like B to B. Okay, I'll just change that. Read the question meanwhile. And I think some work done or something might be asked now. Okay, so from A to B you have taken it slowly under the action of a constant force F. Then the work done by this force is. Now there are multiple ways of doing it. One way is via integration because the force is in horizontal, but the displacement is changing angle. So method one is finding that work done in with F into ds into cos theta from A to B. Because theta is variable, everything is going to change. So I don't suggest this kind of methods. Rather, there is a very simple method, and method 2 is very straightforward. What is that? Whenever a force is constant, it is always going to be a conservative force. Take the example of gravity, mg force. Constant everywhere, it is conservative. Simple. So all constant, when I say constant, it literally means constant in magnitude and direction. If direction or magnitude anyone changes, gone. Okay, so all constant forces are conservative. Are conservative. That means the work done is independent of the path. So work done from A to B, I can take a simpler path. I will go from A to 0 and 0 to B. So it will be work done from A to 0 plus work done from 0 to B because it is independent. All conservative forces, the work done is independent of which path you choose between those two points. Now, as you can see, when we are traveling from A to O, our force is always like this, which is basically perpendicular. The force is perpendicular to the displacement. Hence, over here, this will be absolutely 0 because force is perpendicular to our displacement. Only in this part alone, where you go from O to B, the force and the displacement are in the same direction. So for this part, it will be just force into the displacement. Angle is 0, cos of 0. Hence, our answer will be force is force only. Displacement is just the length of it, which is r. Cos 0 is basically the number 1. And this was anyways basically 0. So plus 0. So this will be nothing but r into f. So r into f or f into r, which is option A, is absolutely right. Okay. This was cos 0, guys. Cos 0 value is 1, the number 1. Okay. Cool. So use this technique whenever forces are constant, or sometimes you might see the forces like spring force, then it is again conservative, or the force might be like electrostatic, then again it is conservative. So all conservative forces, work done is independent of the path. Otherwise, you have no other option but to sit and integrate like you normally do in any integration questions. Next question number 9. For a monkey of a mass 30 kilos rides on 40 kg trolley moving with constant speed of 8 in a horizontal track. The monkey jumps vertically as seen from the ground to grab the overhanging branch of a tree. The speed of the trolley after the monkey has jumped off is how much? Okay, let's think about this question. So this is that trolley, and let's say this is our monkey. This was that monkey. Now that monkey jumps up like this maybe, and the trolley below, it will continue its journey. Now, in this type of question, first of all, earlier both of them were moving with one common speed of 8 meters per second. As seen by the ground, the monkey goes up. This was the monkey, this is the trolley. This is the monkey, this is the trolley. Now the question is, what is the new speed of that particular trolley? Now, notice in the x direction, the monkey does not have any momentum after the jump. So, if you conserve the momentum, if you conserve the momentum in the x direction, conserve the momentum in x direction. Initially, both of them are moving together. Monkey's mass 30, trolley's mass 40. So 40 plus 30, the whole thing into the velocity, which is 8. Eventually, the monkey is going up. It is moving vertically up as seen from the ground. So there is no momentum only for the monkey in the x direction. Only for the trolley it is there, and trolley's mass is 40. Velocity, I do not know. 40 plus 30 is 70. So 70 multiplied by 8 is basically 40 multiplied by V. Now this is 80, this is 40, so it will go 2 times. So 7 into 2 is V. So V is basically 14 meters per second, which is, have you made any mistake? Just check it out. Trolley's mass is 40. It should be 14 meters per second. It should move faster. So I think option printing is wrong over here. Number 1 might be missing over here. Yeah. So 30, 40. Yes. So if it has jumped off the speed of the trolley after it should be more. It can't be less, guys. If it was moving at 8 meters per second, yeah, it should be higher. So I think that number 1 is missing somewhere. So maybe, yeah, that is the issue over here. So I'm just going to mark this as 14 meters per second. Is that clear, guys? Yeah. No, lot of people make this mistake, guys. I have seen it. Lot of students make this mistake. They feel it will continue to move at 8 meters per second. You know when the answer will be 8 meters per second? If this word was not there, as seen from the ground, vertically, the monkey is not jumping. If this statement, if this phrase, if this phrase is not there, then velocity will continue to be 8 meters per second. It will have no effect because the monkey already has momentum. So when it jumps, it is continuously moving horizontally and simultaneously vertically. So it has both horizontal and vertical speeds. Monkey's horizontal speed is still 8. So the momentum is still conserved. So trolley continues to go at 8 meters per second. So think like this. For the monkey to actually jump vertical, it is not an easy task. If you think the monkey would have just jumped like this and the monkey would have gone up, that is absolutely wrong, because when the monkey jumps up like this, the momentum is already there in the x. So when he jumps, he will actually go like a projectile over here. So to actually jump vertically up, monkey has to face back, or basically he has to jump backwards. So the monkey will have to jump here so that it will cancel the motion of the trolley, and then only y component will remain. Getting my point? So this actually becomes an advanced question after that. So, if the monkey has to really jump vertically up, the monkey has to jump backwards. So it cancels the horizontal component of the velocity. Clear, everyone? So that statement makes a big difference, and your answers accordingly will change, my dear warriors. Okay. So moving on to the next question on your screen, and here it is. A rod of mass is hinged at one end and free to rotate in a horizontal plane. A small bullet of m/4 traveling with the speed u hits the rod and gets attached to it at the center. Find the angular speed of rotation just after the bullet hits the rod. Question mark, it's not number 3. Take the length of the rod as L. Okay, let's do this, guys. So this is our rod. This is the rod after the collision, maybe. and it begins to rotate slightly. I've just shown it like that. Okay, so this is where it has been hinged like this. Okay, and the rod's mass is m, and a small bullet of m by 4 traveling with speed u hits the rod and gets attached to its center. Okay, so the bullet was coming like this. Bullet's mass is m by 4, rod's mass is m. The rod right now is at rest. Nothing it is doing. The bullet only is coming with a speed of u, exactly hitting its center. So technically, this is L by 2 over here. After that, it gets attached to it. It becomes one single system. And then they have a common angular velocity, which is what we have to find. So first thing, draw the scenario without which you cannot solve it. Because they become one single system, I feel we'll need moment of inertia. I think this is a question on angular momentum conservation, nothing else. It's not about energy. Energy is not conserved because it is getting stuck. It is an inelastic collision. So don't conserve energy. Momentum also you cannot conserve because things are rotating here. So it's all about conservation of angular momentum. So our final angular momentum will be equal to the initial angular momentum. Now, if you talk about the initial angular momentum, the rod is at rest, only the bullet is going. So bullet has a mass m, speed u, distance from the axis is L by 2. So if you use MRV formula, mass is m by 4, r is nothing but L by 2, velocity is nothing but u, rod is at rest. So that's it. That is all this will be. And the final angular momentum will be moment of inertia of that entire system multiplied by omega. So over here, you will see, you will get MLU divided by 8 is equal to what's the moment of inertia of this system. Now for the moment of inertia of the system, so it will be the rod which is hinged at the end plus the point mass, plus the point mass. When you have a rod which is hinged at the end, the moment of inertia is ml square divided by 3, not 12. 12 is for the center. When it is hinged at the end, it is by 3 when you use parallel axis theorem. For the point mass, it is m by 4, m into distance square. The distance is L by 2. So L by 2 whole square. So ml square is anyways common. So 1 by 3 is here. Half square is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 1 by 4 is 1 by 16, guys. So that's what I'm going to get. This will be ml square. 16 plus 3 is 19, and 16 threes are basically 48. So 19 by 48, am I seeing 19 number somewhere? I can see the number 19, so I'm on the happier side. Okay, so this will become 19 ml square by the number 48 into omega, guys. Everybody clear till this point? Yeah, very good. Okay, Yash stuck already saying the option number is A. Is that so? Let's figure it out, guys. LL will cancel, MM will cancel, 8 and 48 will also cancel. Yes? How many times? 6 times. So U will be remaining, 19 will be remaining, L will be remaining, omega will be remaining, 6 will be remaining over here. So omega will be 6U divided by 19 times of L. 6U by 19L, that is option A, guys. That is basically option A. Very good. Very good. Yeah. No, we'll have the 12th part test IITJEE before the 12th stream, because or else it will get delayed. And you know, a lot of people would have done the 12th syllabus. So we'll have a revision later on. Okay, not an issue. Okay, very good. Loving these questions, guys. Let's go to the next one. Ready for it? Yes, no, mark your attendance quickly. Okay, there we go. Very good, very good. Let's go. If r is the radius of the earth and g is the acceleration, then the mean density of the earth is how much? Then the average density of the earth is how much? That's the question. So, first of all, how is gravitational acceleration related to density? Actually, it's not. It's related to mass. And g is g capital M divided by r square. But I know what the mass is. Mass is density multiplied by volume. So if I use that analogy, then I'll get g divided by r square. Density is there. Volume is of a sphere, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So I will get over here r cube and r square, r will be only remaining. So g rho 4 pi r divided by 3. Density is asked, so it will become 3g divided by 4 pi capital G, 4 pi capital G r. 3g divided by 4 pi capital G r, which is C option. There you go. It's straightforward. Once you realize, you will have to figure out from the formula of acceleration due to gravity on the surface. Option A. Very nice. Amazing. My dear students, I hope the stream is fine. I hope the YouTube stream is fine. It's not buffering, it's not disconnecting or anything, because I feel that sometimes it might buffer or it might get stuck, because remember, these days the issue is going on not just on our channel, on all the YouTube channels, and many educators are facing issues. So if it happens, don't worry, have patience, just refresh and come back within 30 seconds or 1 minute. It will come back. Okay, don't get frustrated. Cool. Especially for the live class, that is the problem. Okay, let's move to the next question on your screen. A particle is going in a straight line with the equation 0.7 cos 4 pi t plus pi by 6 plus 0.1 meters. Find the maximum time interval for which the particle travels without changing the direction. Now, whenever you have such kind of equation, let's say x is equal to a, this is, instead of sine they have put cos, this is omega t plus phi plus some, I would say x1 or x0. So this is amplitude, this is angular frequency, this is time, this is phase angle, this is the mean position's location, x0. Usually it is not there. So mean position is origin. But if you add some extra quantity, that is the location of the mean position. How will that matter? Nothing, it will matter. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. So all the data is irrelevant except for omega, because time is asked over here. And the question is maximum time interval for which the particle travels without changing the direction. So if you start from the extreme position, it starts from rest, slowly acquires velocity, increases the velocity, reaches maximum velocity, starts decelerating, reduces the speed, stops, and now it turns back. And once it has turned back, guys, it does the same thing again, but in the reverse direction. So if you notice over here, the maximum time for which it travels in one particular direction is for half the period. So the time interval that I am looking for, the maximum time interval for which it moves in one direction, is actually the entire time period by 2. So either this side or this side, because after time period by 2, that's it, it reverses the direction. Is that making sense? So time period by 2, time period is 2 pi by omega, and this 1 by 2 will be remaining as it is. 2 cancel, so pi divided by omega. Now what is the value of omega? Compare it. It is basically 4 pi. So pi cancels, 1 by 4, which is 0.25 seconds. Not 0.5, 0.25, guys. Many students mark option A, that is wrong. So option B is the right answer. Okay, it's not the total time period which is asked. What is asked is maximum time for which the particle travels without reversing, without changing its direction of motion. Cool. Let's go to the next one on your screen. Question 13. A metal wire of length L, area of cross section, Young's modulus, behaves like a spring of constant K. Now the same metal wire is stretched to 2 times, then the constant K is given by. Alright. First of all, whenever you have a wire with some modulus of elasticity and you extend it, it behaves like your spring, which can be extended by that same amount. How do you see the correlation? Well, Young's modulus is stress divided by strain. Stress is force per unit area. Strain is extension by original length. So it will become FL by AX. So rearranging it further, you will get my force is equal to YA, L comes below, force is equal to A into Y, L comes below, X will be multiplied on the top. Now we know for a spring, force is equal to K multiplied by extension. So this clearly tells me that the value of the equivalent spring constant is just like YA by L. In fact, you should know this value. You should not sit and derive it and waste time in the exam. You should know this value. Now, it is given that the material has been stretched 2 times. So, length will become double. So, many people will think K will become half. That's where you go wrong. If you stretch it, guys, the area will also change. Do not forget that. So, actually do this. Multiply by length on numerator and denominator. So, you will see area into length is volume. So, Y multiplied by volume divided by L square. So this clearly tells me that my spring constant is inversely proportional to the square of the length. So if it is inversely proportional to the square of the length, that means if length is made 2 times, so what will happen? What effect will it have on K? It will obviously change 1 by 4 times, because denominator will become 4 times, so ratio will become 1 by 4 times. So hence the value of K will be K by 4, D for IIT Delhi. Got it? Yes. Is that absolutely clear? Volume will be constant for such questions. Remember, such a question is also there for resistance. A resistance of a wire is R. You stretch it n times. What will be the new resistance? It becomes n square times. So similar logic you have to use over here. Volume will be conserved. Cool. Now, guys, as you're solving the question, and we have reached almost the 14th question now, you would feel that, sir, my speed has become slower, I'm feeling mental fatigue, and slowly it happens after maybe 15 questions or 20 questions initially. And this is exactly the point where you should not give up, and this is exactly the point where you should remind yourself that no, I have to sit no matter what. Just shake your head, but focus, because your focus should be exactly the same, just like for the first question, for the middle question, for the last question, for all the 3 subjects. Else, after some time, you'll start feeling that fatigue and you'll start making many mistakes. Okay? Keep in mind, 3 hours non-stop. That's how it should be. The diagram shows a vertical cross section of a vessel filled in a liquid of density rho. The normal thrust per unit area of the walls on the walls of the vessel at the point P is how much? This is very interesting question. But I feel the answer might be very easy. Angle is given, H is given. Many kids are going to leave this question. But let's analyze, let's dissect. The normal thrust per unit area. Normal thrust. At this point, the force on this surface will be like this. And if you take that normal force divided by that particular area, that normal force per unit area, that is nothing but essentially the pressure. And pressure is same in all directions. Very important, number one. So theta has no role to play in all directions at a point. So at that point, no matter how that normal force is, really doesn't matter, guys. So the normal force will apply pressure on that area, and that force per area is nothing but the pressure. And what is the pressure formula? Pressure is given by, okay, with the liquid normal force on the walls of the vessel at that particular point is nothing but rho g and depth. Now, what is that depth? What is that depth, guys? It is h minus h. So it will be basically h minus h. So rho g h minus h, that is B option. Sir, why did you not take P naught plus rho gh? Very valid question. See, even if I take P naught plus rho gh, do not forget, on that surface, that pressure of P naught will come from here and also from outside. So that atmospheric pressure cancels. What remains is only the liquid pressure. So only liquid pressure is remaining on the wall. Otherwise, it is experiencing the force, but liquid pressure, we are only considering. Atmospheric pressure, we are tending to neglect it because it is eventually getting cancelled from inside also and from outside. Cool. So that is the answer, guys. H minus H rho g. Cool. Nice question. Next one on your screen, and here it is. 3 vectors ABC add to give a net null vector the angle between any two vectors is how much? Yeah. Why no cos theta? Why no cos theta? Because pressure at a point. Okay, tell me one thing. Let's say you are in a liquid. Okay, this is your liquid. Okay, let's say this is your liquid, guys. Tell me, if you take any random point, let's say over here, and if you ask me what is the force acting in this direction per unit area, what is the force acting in this direction per unit area, what is the force acting in this direction per unit area, it will be the same. Pressure acts equally in all the directions. So that is why theta had no role to play. This was just given for you to get fearful, for you to leave the question. Deliberately, they will mark random things so that kids will opt out of the question. They will think that it is difficult, but it is not. Got it, Shraddha? Pressure acts equally in all the directions. So it will act in this direction. Yeah. And this direction and this direction and this direction equally, normal per unit area. Right? Okay. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. The three vectors are adding up. I think it was supposed to be unit vectors or something, or else we cannot solve the question. Three unit vectors A, B, and C, and to give a net null vector, the angle between any two vectors is how much? Or it should have been three equal vectors as such. So in such questions, this is a unit vector, then this is a unit vector, and this is a unit vector. For example, A, B, and C, their vector sum is 0. So as you can see, it's a closed polygon. Closed polygon. Why is it a closed polygon? Because net null vector. So this becomes an equilateral triangle. So question is, what is the angle between any of them? Lot of you are going to say, sir, it is 60 degree, but that is absolutely wrong. Never measure the angles like that. When the vectors are arranged tail and head, slide the vector, okay, and then you have to measure the angle such that their tails are together. Their tails or heads are together. So if A is here, B is here, then this angle will be 120 degrees, which is nothing but 2 pi by 3 radian. Hence, the answer for this is 2 pi by 3. Got it, everyone? Why it is not 60 degree? Always angles are measured when their tails are joined or their heads are joined. If it is not joined, slide it. When you slide a vector, nothing changes. You can move it around as long as magnitude and direction remains the same. Yeah, that's the concept behind it. Very nice, guys. Moving on to the next question on your screen, number 16. Okay. The direction of points A, B, C on the wave traveling towards right are in what direction? Actually, direction of motion, it should have been. The directions of the motion of the points ABC on the transverse wave, on the particular transverse wave is what? Now the wave is going towards your right side, it is mentioned. So a lot of people get confused in such type of questions. Sir, how do we solve it? There is an easy trick. Just show the wave after dt time or delta t time, very small interval. So this entire wave will move little bit forward. So just have to carefully draw it. If you draw it right, you will immediately understand what these points will be doing. Remember, it's a transverse wave. So the particles can either go up or down. They cannot go left or right. Many people think, why, sir, left and right are not there? How can it go left or right? It is a transverse wave. Particles can only go up and down, and the wave moves left or right. So as you can see over here now, we can immediately guess point A after some time is definitely coming down. Point B is definitely going up after some time. Point C on that new wave is coming down over here. So down, up, down, down, up, down. That is option C, guys. Absolutely the right answer. Understood how to solve these questions? Show the wave after delta t time and immediately we'll see where the particles are going. Remember, they can only go up and down because, they are on a transverse wave, nothing else. All right, let's go to the next one. Question 17. A body is in a straight line along x-axis, its distance from the origin is given by this, the average speed from 0 to 1 second is. The moment I look at this equation and I see the question is on average speed, I become very happy because this equation is a quadratic equation in in time. And the moment it is quadratic, I know for sure it is a constant acceleration. Even if you differentiate it, you will see that it is having constant acceleration. 2 times you have to differentiate. So constant acceleration the moment it is quadratic, because derivative of t square will be t, next derivative will be a constant. Make sense? And whenever you have constant acceleration, what happens is, for you to find the average speed, multiple options are there. Either you find the displacement by the total time, which is going to be hell lot of a problem, because you have to find position 1, position 2, the all of that. And number 2, its speed, it is not exactly velocity, so be careful, guys. Yeah, so this is one option. You can write it as distance divided by your time, or you can just use v1 plus v2 whole thing divided by time. That's it. Finding distance is a painful process, because remember, the particle might be turning after some time and all of that. So if it turns, then you have to find out where it stops, and then figure out that distance and then add it to the distance after that. So it's a painful process. So I will not choose this. Rather, I will choose this. Find the speed 1 and speed 2. Finding those speeds are not a big deal. So guys, x is given. So what will be dx by dt? Dx by dt will be 8 times derivative is 1 minus 3, t square's derivative will be 2t. So velocity will be 8 minus 60. So v1 from 0 to 1, right? So when you put time as 0, 6 into 0, 0. So it will be 8 meters per second. When I put time as 1, 6 into 1 is 6. So 8 minus 6, which is 2 meters per second. So just have to substitute these values. So this will be nothing but 8 plus 6. Sorry, 8 plus, my bad, 2 divided by time, which is 1, which is nothing but 10 meters per second. That's it. So it should have been 10 meters per second, guys. Something went wrong or what? Did we make anything mistake? 10 meters per second, guys. Just check this out. From 0 to 1, v1 plus v2. Array. Not by time, guys. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I know what we did wrong. v1 plus v2 by 2, not t. My bad. Time is there only here, not here. So sorry, guys. This was by 2. So over here, v1 is 8, v2 is 2, whole thing divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2. So it should be 5 meters per second. So 5 meters per second is option A, absolutely the right answer, guys. Understood how we solved it easily? Because it is uniformly accelerated. Hence, we can use average speed, either distance by time or v1 plus v2 by time. By 2, sorry, not time. Okay, so this is usually easier than this, because finding distance might be painful. Okay, and distance and displacements are always different. Keep that in mind. Just like speed and velocity are different. Okay, moving on to the next question on your screen. At some instant, the coordinates are given for a particle. It's 3 dimension. The velocity at any random instant will be how much? That's the question. Because x is given, from this vx, which will be dx by dt, derivative will be a into 2t, vy, which will be dy by dt, which will be b multiplied by 2t, and vz obviously will be 0. So naturally, if I have to find the resultant velocity, it will be vx square plus vy square plus vz square. Vx is 2at, vy is 2bt, vz is 0. Okay, square all of them. So 2t is common. So 2t you can just take it outside, and root of a square plus b square, that is the velocity. So 2t root a square plus b square, that is B for IIT Bombay. Very good, Ramu. Very good, Lekhan. Yes, Vansh. Yes, Yashtak. Option B is absolutely the right answer. Moving on to the next question on your screen, question 19. Velocities of the particles in a SHM at positions x1 and x2 are v1 and v2 respectively. Its time period will be how much? Positions are given, velocities are given, time period are asked. So I feel the equation, that formula which is there, in general, velocity is omega root a square minus x square will be very useful over here. When speed is 1, position is 1. So naturally, when speed is 2, omega root a square minus x2 square. And I saw these roots, right? Immediately that should click in your head that most likely that is what the formula I'll have to use. Correct? Now, over here, what they have asked is the value of omega, not the value of amplitude. So please bear in mind that you will have to somehow get rid of amplitude over here. How do I get rid of amplitude? Okay. So to do that, I'll do one thing. Square both sides. So v square, v1 square actually, and is equal to omega square into a square minus x1 square. So therefore, v1 square by omega square is equal to a square minus x1 square. So same logic if I use over here, I'll get v2 square by omega square will be amplitude square minus x2 square. Now just subtract these two equations. So what you will get, v1 square minus v2 square by common omega square. A square will cancel. Minus x1 square minus minus will become plus. So x2 square minus x1 square. So a square and a square has got cancelled because I have subtracted these two equations. So that's the smart move. So therefore, from this omega square, if you take on the top, will be nothing but v1 square minus v2 square upon x2 square minus x1 square. Now omega is nothing but 2 pi by time period. So I think what is asked? Time period is only asked. So 2 pi by time period whole square is v1 square minus v2 square by x2 square minus x1 square. Inverse and take square root. So t by 2 pi will be square root of x2 square minus x1 square by v1 square minus v2 square. So time will be 2 pi into that. 2 pi into x2 square minus x1 square or x1 square minus x2 square and then v2 minus v1. So C option is absolutely right because you can see time will be 2 pi. And if I take negative on the top, so it will become x1 square minus x2 square. And then this will become v2 square minus v1 square. Because if I flip this, I have to flip this also. Only then the equality will be made. Okay, so that is option C, guys. Cool. How many of you got option C? Very good, Anand. Yeah. Can we assume A as 1 to solve it easily? I mean, you can. I mean, you might get the same answer. But ideally, do not do such things because I don't know, sometimes choosing such values might hamper some constant, some ratio, God knows, right? So why do you want to do that? Next question. After this, we are going to start with some subjective ones. Pendulum of mass and length L is suspended from a ceiling of a trolley which has constant acceleration. The maximum deflection is. Now, this is a very critical question. Lot of you are going to answer the answer as option B, right? Tan inverse of A by G. That is wrong. Read the question again. The maximum deflection is asked. So, what is the issue over here? I'll tell you what is the issue. Once it begins to accelerate, yes, tan inverse A by G will be the position of equilibrium. So if I call that angle as alpha, that alpha will be tan inverse A by G. This is a standard question which you have solved 100 times. Every time we have done this. Many people are thinking pi by 2 minus this or pi by 2. No. Think differently now. It is actually a question of angular oscillations. So equilibrium means the mean position, mean value. This, it starts, because it starts its motion from this point, it starts, that means the velocity will be 0. So ideally, this is your extreme position. So the other extreme will be over here. The other extreme will be over here. This is the point where it stops moving forward and turns back. So it turns. So you can see that there is maximum deflection happening over here. Max deflection happening over here. Can you see that? So that max deflection is nothing but 2 times of alpha. That means 2 times tan inverse of A by G. So such tricky questions can be there. So option A is the right answer, not B. Because you feel it is familiar and you feel, deflection is also tan inverse A by G, sir, I know this. Then after the exam is over, you discuss with your friends. One topper friend will come, bro, you know, they had asked maximum deflection and it begins to move. Oh, it was a question on oscillation. Yeah. So you need to be very, very careful. Cool. All right. So let's begin with the next question. I'll just message Diksha ma'am that I have just 4-5 questions left. Hmm. So Shraddha, for the previous question, what was the logic? I'll again explain in case you did not understand. See, in any oscillation, you have mean position, you have extreme position and extreme position, right? And whatever you go this side, you will go this side. This is mean, this is extreme, this is extreme. Now just imagine this being tilted slightly. The extreme is vertical, the mean is like this, and the other extreme is like this. So whatever you go this side will also be gone this side. So when that trolley is moving and if you are supposed to keep it in equilibrium, okay, this is in equilibrium, then that angle which it makes, is basically tan inverse of A by G. You get that from pseudo force diagram. Pseudo force is here, tension is like this, mg is here. So with FBD you will get that. That is a standard question. So I know that if it is equilibrium, so that has to be the mean position. So when you start moving, it will start with 0 velocity, then it will gain some velocity, even more velocity. Here it will have more velocity, stop accelerating, it begins to decelerate before it stops here and it comes back. So this is the maximum deflection. So it is actually going to again come back. It will go like this till here, it will reduce the speed and again it will go like this. So it will keep on oscillating. And after a very long time, if there is some resistance, friction, then it will slowly become damped and it will stabilize over here. So, you know, for real scenarios, it will go like this, 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 and it will stabilize in equilibrium. So these are the extreme positions. I hope now it is very clear. Okay, Shraddha, did you understand the logic behind it? How do we identify mean position? It should be equilibrium. Forces or torque should be balanced. How do I identify extreme positions? It should be at rest or changing the direction, or force or acceleration will be maximum at the extreme positions. Okay. Why is it not the mean position, initial position? Because I know when the trolley begins to move, earlier it was at rest. So it starts to move. So if it starts to move, it is extreme because any oscillation, the motion begins from the extreme position. I mean, from rest, not from the mean position. From at mean, the velocity is in fact maximum. Got it? Yeah? Everyone? Great. Okay. Let's do the next one. Everybody loved the question, loving the concepts. You're learning a lot of new things, guys. And such things will save your marks. X by Y is asked. It's a common spindle and it is moving like this. I think the ratio of the radius or radius is bigger is double. Okay. So this is just a question of tangential velocities, guys. Nothing else. So this is velocity 1. This is velocity 2. Tangential velocity is omega r and omega is going to be the same. So you will see V2 by V1 will be R2 by R1. So it will be 2:1. Okay, so 2:1. Now, if you ask me what will be x2 by x1 or some displacements they are given. So if x and y be the distances traveled by A and B. So will travel, A will travel a distance of x, right? So x will be nothing but v1 multiplied by time. Y will be nothing but v2 multiplied by time. Now let's take the ratio of x by y. So it will be nothing but v1 by v2. v1 by v2 will be 1 by 2. That means answer will be 0.5. Or you can just say that, x is equal to or 2x is equal to y, or 2x is equal to y. So 2 into x is equal to y, or x by y is half, whatever you want to say. So 2x is equal to y, that is the answer, or x by y is nothing but half, not 2 is to 1, it is half, 0.5. Correct. Absolutely right, guys. Moving on to the next question on your screen. Question number 22. There is a racing car traveling on a track at a constant speed 40. A cameraman is recording the event from a distance of 30 away. In order to keep the car under the view, the angular speed will be. If you watched F1 or any general, if you use common sense also, if you're filming your friend who is riding his bike, when the friend is close or the car is close, you will be moving your camera fast. But as the person goes far away, you will not move the camera so much. So the angular speed of rotation is changing when you're recording. So that is a very practical question actually. So how to solve this? There are very complex ways of solving it, but an easiest way, and that is the standard way actually you should use, is think as if this car is going along a circular track of this as the radius, like this, and the velocity of the car is 40. You split that velocity into two components, one component like this, and the other useless component, I don't really bother, is like this. So think of this as the tangential velocity. Think of this as your what do you say, radius. And now you have to figure out what is angular velocity. So omega is, v is omega r. So omega is v tangential divided by r. R we can find, vt we can find, and our job is done. That's it. So how do I do that? It's pure geometry, I feel. 30 meters, 30. I think we can start doing some maths over here. So if it is 30, this is 40 meters per second. How much will R be? So use cos 30. So use cos 30, guys. Cos 30 is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So R will be 30 divided by root 3 by 2. So that will be basically 60 by root 3. So R is 60 divided by root 3. What about tangential velocity? So for that, okay, so if this is 30, this is 60, this is 60. If this is 60, this is back to 30 degrees. This is 60 degrees. This is back to 30. So if this is 40, V tangential, check this out. If this is 30, this is 40, this is Vt. V tangential, it's a component of this velocity, so it will be 40 cos 30. So it will be 40 root 3 divided by 2. So V tangential will be 40 root 3 divided by 2. Is that clear, my dear warriors? Everybody understanding this point? Yeah. One is 30 divided by whatever cos 30, and another is V tangential cos component. So this velocity, I have split it up into two components. Only take the tangential component because that is what is going to give me the angular velocity. Now root 3 will cancel. No, it will actually multiply. So let's see what is the answer that we are getting. 0 cancels, 4 by 6 remains. Root 3 into root 3 will become 3, and that number 2 will come down over here. 4 3s are 12, 6 2s are also 12. So answer is 1. Wow, simple answer, 1 radian per second. Yes, that is the answer, guys. Got it? So such beautiful questions can also come. So whenever relative angular velocity has been asked, split the velocity into two components, one along the line joining, another perpendicular. the velocity component which is along the line joining will not contribute in the velocity angular wise. Only this velocity will contribute in the rotational concept, not the other one. Okay, clear everybody with me? Question 21, this one. In this particular question, say if you take this spindle, right, this is rotating with angular velocity omega. So you take any point here, it will have tangential velocity. And as you can see, the tangential velocity will definitely depend on the radius and angular speed, but omega being the same because it's the same wheel, okay, it will rotate with the same angular velocity. So if I take the ratio of the velocities on this line and velocities on this line, v2 by v1, omega will cancel, it will be r2 by r1. r2, this velocity is at double radius, this velocity is at single radius. Remember, whatever tangential velocities are here, that same velocities will be carried forward in the thread below over here to A and B. So that's why v2 by v1 was 2:1. Last thing I did was displacement. Displacement is speed into time. Speed into time. Time got cancelled. So v1 by v2. So v1 by v2 means 1:2. So that's how I did the question. Okay, clear? All right, all right. Okay. Now moving on to the next one, question number 23 on your screen, guys. One cubic plate having 15 centimeter side floats on water surface. If the surface tension of water is this much, to lift this plate from the water, find the extra force required. Okay. Now these type of questions, guys, the logic goes as follows. Imagine this is that plate which you are trying to lift. Okay, this is that plate which you are trying to lift. So the water below will make a surface like this. You'll have to visualize this a bit. Okay, and when you lift this particular plate like this, when you lift this particular plate like this, you will see the force of surface tension will pull the plate from all the sides, literally across its perimeter. Now I cannot show the entire perimeter over here because it's a three-dimensional diagram and some sides will be obviously hidden. So this is that force of surface tension. So surface tension pulls it down around the perimeter, around the perimeter. That's all. So if I want to find out how much that lift is, I just need to take the surface tension value and multiply it by the length. Now surface tension is given 60, length it's 15 centimeters, so 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, so 15 into 4 which is 60, so 60 square which is 3600 what is it, dynes, 3600 dynes. Find the extra force required will be 3600 dynes. That is the correct answer. Got it, everyone? So you have to visualize this little bit in 3 dimension, guys. From all the sides, it will be pulled down. When you lift it up, the water surface will become curved. It will become almost vertical. And that flat surface of water around it will be contracting, will try to contract its surface area. And it will try to pull that surface down. So that's why the surface tension force is around it, trying to pull it down. Okay, very nice. Why is it not 2L? Because this is not that question where you have a film. This is not a film question. Please understand, it's not a film. Inside of this also there is water. Inside of this, it's not like two surfaces. It's full of water. There is no there are no two surfaces. It's just one surface. Visualize this. Okay, it's full of water even inside. So the exposed area is only on the outer side. Below this is just water, so it is not exposed. So that's why that number 2 is not coming. Okay, very good question, KL Rishi. That 2 comes only in that scenario where you have a wire frame and the length here, and you pull this, then the force over here will be 2SL. Then the force over here will be 2SL. That's for a film, and you know that film is like a plate. Okay, clear? All right, let's move to the next one. Question number 24 on your screen. Two coherent sources of different intensities send waves which interfere. The ratio of maximum intensity to minimum intensity is 25. The intensities of the sources are. Okay, max to min is given. So I max by I minimum. I had given you this formula in waves. And the formula for maximum to minimum, constructive to destructive, is nothing but root I1 plus root I2, that's maximum whole square, upon root I1 minus root I2 whole square. Imax and Imin. Imax by Imin is 25 by 1. Take square roots on both sides. So this will become 5 by 1 is root I1 plus root I2 by root I1 minus root I2. Now use componendo dividendo rule. So it will become numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. What will this side become? If you add these two numbers, root I2 will get cancelled. You will get 2 root I1. And this minus this, well, 2 root I2 will be remaining. So 2 anyways will get cancelled. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. So it will become root of I1 by I2. So square it. So I1 by I2 will be nothing but 6 by 4, which is 3 by 2 whole square. 3 by 2 means 9 by 4. So 9 by 4 will be the answer. 9 by 4 will be the answer. Got it? Sir, if it was given the loop, if it was given, it is a circular disk. Example, if it is a disk, then the answer will be 2 pi r into surface tension. But if it was a circular ring, then it will be 2 pi r into 2, because there will be two surfaces of water like that. Just visualize, if you pull out a ring, then it will be like this, and it will go like that around that ring in this manner. So you can see one surface from outside, one surface from inside. But when it is a disk, inside it will be completely like a frustum of a solid cone. So everywhere inside there will be water, only one surface will be exposed. Even if in the previous question it was given a square wire frame, not a plate, square wire frame, then also the answer will be 2 times of this. Because if it is a wire frame, rectangle, square, whatever, then from outside one surface will be there, from inside one surface will be there. So you will see inside also there will be one surface like this. There will be one surface like this. And that is not there right now. Okay, I hope this is absolutely clear when to take 2 versus when to not take the value of 2. Oh, yeah. Next question. In a legend, the hero kid kicked a toy pig so that it is projected with a speed greater than that of its cry. If the weight of the toy pig is assumed to be 5 kilo and time of contact is 0.01 second, the force with which the hero kid kicked the thing was how much? Interesting question, guys. Interesting question. What are you going to do in this particular question? So let's think. If this is that pig, how does a pig look? Like this only, no? Something like this. Okay. And you are applying some force on it. Earlier, the pig was at rest. And then it begins to move almost instantly because of that kick force. Okay. Because of that kick force, it will gain some velocity in some delta t time. In some delta t time. This velocity has to be more than the speed of sound, because the hero kid has kicked it such that it is greater than that of its cry. Meaning when the pig begins to move, it begins to cry. So the cry sound will come, and that sound is not reaching you in a way, because the pig has moved so much ahead that the speed of sound is lesser than the speed with which the pig has moved. So the sound has not reached, your crying sound has not reached your ears. So this speed has to be more than equal to the speed of sound, which is basically 330 meters per second. Oh, that is the question. Great. So first, let's use our momentum and force relation, Newton's second law. Force is change in momentum upon the time interval. Change in momentum is final momentum minus initial momentum by the time interval. And therefore, from this velocity, I will get it as force divided by mass into delta T. Okay. Now this velocity has to be more than or equal to 330, has to be more than or equal to 330 meters per second. The question is, what is the force going to be? So the force is going to be more than or equal to 330 multiplied by mass multiplied by what is it? The time interval. So I think we know what the mass is. Mass of the pig is 5. Time is 0.01, guys. Yes. What is the answer? Shift the decimal places. Shift the decimal places by 2. So it will become 3.3 into 5. How much will it be, guys? How much will the answer be? Come on. Can the answer be 4 by 9 because it is not mentioned which is greater? Yeah, Yashak, ideally it should be mentioned what will be. Yeah, otherwise you cannot get it. 16.5. Very good. So the answer is 16.5. What is it? Newton. The force with which the heroic kid has hit that thing is 16.5 Newton. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Pig is not losing its mass. We are assuming all of that. So that was your final question, guys. And after this now, Diksha ma'am is going to start. So let me just check with Diksha ma'am. And I think she will be ready. She is ready. So guys, now chemistry and after that maths. So be attentive. Stay tuned on the Vedantu JEE English channel. This was your Captain Shreyas, and do not forget to like.
Hello everyone. Hello. How are you all, students? So today is our first mock test, and I have also made one video for you for all those students who are stuck on the same scores for a long time, and in 15 days, right? How you can change the game with the help of mock test. Everything I have discussed there. This is for all the students who are doing analysis or not doing analysis, right? What is a pre-plan, how to solve the mock test, everything is mentioned in that particular video, so you can watch that. That will really help you. Okay, so now I'll be starting with the chemistry section of class 11th, right? So today the questions from which chapter we are going to take. First questions that we are going to take, that we are going to take is some basic concepts of chemistry. This is class 11th. Then thermodynamics, equilibrium, you have redox reactions, then you have this structure of atom, chemical bonding, periodic properties, right? Then p block elements, group 13 and 14. Then we have organic chemistry, from where GOC, isomerism, and hydrocarbons. We'll see some sample questions from that, right? So everybody, are you all ready for that? Yes, students. Yes, Rishik, Nishant, Louis. Yes, everybody. Rakesh, Nithya, Rishi, Kiran, how are you all? So everybody ready for the class, and I want all of you to answer me in the chat box, right? It should not be like you are not answering. Like, that should not be the thing, right? You should answer the questions in the chat box, right? So everybody, if I are right, then let's start with the question number 1 on your screen. So can you see this question over here? That says, this is from structure of atom. This says radius of first excited state of helium ion is given as what? So this is from Bohr model, right? Now in the Bohr model, from the formula of radius, we should know two things. One is Z, that is the atomic number, and next is N, that is the orbital number. So if I talk about helium, what the value of Z is going to be 2 here, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, atomic number is 2, so Z is going to be 2 here. What about first excited state? See, this is the ground state, then the first excited state will be N is equals to 1. So here N is equals to 1. And always remember, for second excited state, it is N is equals to 3. Right? For excited state, for this excited state, just add 1. Yes. First excited state now, yes. Okay. So that is N is equals to 1. Now just put in the values here. First excited state. Wait a minute. First excited state. Array. My bad. My bad. My bad. Ground state is N is equals to 1. Na? So first excited state will be N is equals to 2. My bad. Okay. Or you can directly remember this as that excited means you have to add 1 here. So if they say first excited state, 1 plus 1 is 2. If they say second excited state, it will be 2 plus 1, that is 3. If they say third excited state, it will be 3 plus 1, that is 4. Right? Okay? So that's how you will just put it in the formula. R is equals to, very good, D is the correct answer, awesome. A naught N square by Z, you just put the value, 2 will cancel out, it will be 2A naught. So answer is going to be D is the correct answer. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. Don't forget to hit the smash button, everybody. Right. The next question is from orbital theory. Right. For orbital for quantum numbers. Orbital theory, I am saying from the quantum numbers. Principle, magnetic. Right. So I'll tell you what question they ask. This is from orbital angular momentum of d electron. Now this is s, p, d and this is f. So now for d orbital, we say 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. So L is equals to 2 here, right? And what is the formula here? Formula is under root of L plus 2, h by 2 pi. 2 is, L is going to be 2 here, so it is 2. 2, this is 1. Okay, so yes. So this is under root of L plus 1. Okay, not 2. This is L plus 1, h by 2 pi. So this is 2 into 3, that is h by 2 pi. That is going to be under root of 6 h by 2 pi. So answer is going to be, this is the correct answer. That is B is the correct answer here. Right, everyone? Do let me know in the chat box if that is clear. B is the correct answer. Yes. Okay. So now next question on your screen is, which of the following set of quantum numbers is correct for the electron in 4f orbital? Right. Now they are saying that you have a 4f orbital, right? You need to say what is the correct order, what is the correct set of quantum numbers here? Principal, azimuthal, magnetic, spin quantum number. Let us see how many of you answer this. Let us see how many of you answer this, everybody. Do let me know in the chat box. Yes, everybody, let me see. Let me just, this I expect all of you to answer. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I am conducting a poll here. Let's see how many of you answer. What is the percentage of students that can answer this? Right? Who can answer this? 4f orbital, 4f orbital. Can I see 100% correct answer over there? 86% of you, 91%, 80% of you, 75% of you, fluctuating, right? So 4f, as you can see, this will represent n is equals to 4. So this definitely is ruled out. Now f means L is equals to 0, 1, 2, S, P, D, F 0, 1, 2, 3. So L is equals to 3 here. So this is also neglected. So either this can, or this can be the answer. Now in this case, plus 4. See, M is always equals to minus L to plus L. Okay. So now if I see, this is minus 3 to plus 3. Minus 3 to plus 3. Plus 4 is never plus 4 is or minus 4 is never possible here. So this is never possible. So answer will be A is the correct answer here, right? Those who are not answering correctly, concept guys, watch my marathon. I have covered all these things there, right? Watch the marathons. That's why I have completed your marathons before this, so that you can actually understand what is happening in these mock tests. Okay, yes everybody, now tell me, what about this one? What about this one? The question is, a vessel at 100 Kelvin contains CO2. Wait a minute, let me yes. So now here what you have, a vessel at 100,000, sorry, a vessel at 1000 Kelvin contains CO2 with a pressure of 0.5. Okay, they are saying there is a vessel, right, that contains CO2 with a pressure of 0.5. Okay, some of CO2 is converted to CO on addition of graphite when you add carbon. If the total pressure at equilibrium is this, then what is the value of Kp? Right? I have covered this in my marathon sessions. Two category of questions you will have. One is without dissociation. This is without any dissociation. So firstly, you should know what exactly some CO2 is converted to CO. That means firstly, you should know about the reaction. CO2 is converted to CO on addition of which thing? Tell me, on addition of which thing? On addition of carbon here. So you can directly tell that here it is this reaction we know. Then they are saying a vessel at this contains CO2 with a pressure of this. That means the initial pressure of CO2 is 0.5, right? Then some reaction is happening. Total pressure at equilibrium is 0.8. Now simply you will apply this according to the reaction. So what is the reaction you have? Simple guys, CO2, they have told you in the question itself, CO2 is getting converted to CO in the presence of graphite. Okay, graphite means carbon, right? Now firstly you will see, is this balanced? This is 2 carbons, this is 2 oxygen, this is 2 carbon, 2 oxygen. Yes, we have balanced the equation. First thing we have done. Now the next is, they have given you initial pressure of CO2 is 0.5. They have given it here, right? So what we will say, initial pressure is 0.5. Initially it is 0, it is 0. Now whenever degree of dissociation is not given to you, you will always take it as 0.5 stoichiometry minus x, stoichiometry multiplied by x, right? 0.5 minus of stoichiometry multiplied by x. This is here it is carbon that you have consumed, then here you have carbon monoxide. Now tell me, give me one thing, why I have not written x here? Why? Why carbon graphite I have not written here? Tell me. Those who will tell me means some knowledge concept is clear, right? Tell me, any one of you who can tell me why I have not written X here. Is this a mistake? Is this some printing mistake? Or intentionally I have not written it there? What is the problem? Very good, right? Very good, Ignited. Because ma'am, you only told that solid, pure liquids are never included. And this is gas, this is gas. We are talking, even if we are writing concentration, we will not write carbon here. Why? Because it's a solid. But when we talk about Kp, then you only include gases. So that's why this is not included, and here it is 2 multiplied by x, that is 2x you have written. Now in the question they have told you that this total pressure at equilibrium is equals to 0.8. So you will equate this 0.5 minus x plus 2x is equals to 0.8, that is 0.5 plus x is equals to 0.8. You calculate the value of x, you put it here. Now this will become equals to 0.5 minus 0.3 is 0.2. This will become equals to 0.3 multiplied by 2. This will become 0.6. Now calculate the value. What is the value of Kp? It is pressure of CO raised to power the stoichiometry divided by solid. We will not include here. Pressure of CO2. CO is given 0.6 square. This is given 0.2. Right, this will cancel out. 6 means 36. This is 0.2. This will cancel out. So it will become Yes, this is 6636, means this will be 0.36, right, divided by 0.2, and the answer will be 1.8 is the correct answer. Simple calculation was there, right? So answer is going to be what? 1.8. That is B is the correct answer here. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Yes. Gases are already considering. No, it's not because of change of concentration. It's because gases only will consider. Moreover, pure solids we never include in even Kc or Kp, right? Then next question. This question, if you see, is based on degree of dissociation. Can you see this over here? Dissociation, right? That means here I can't directly add stoichiometry multiplied by x. I can't do it like that. Okay, now here it will be different, right? Those who are getting confused here, do watch my marathon of physical chemistry. I have completed it in 2 parts, right? So you can watch it there. Hardly 10 hours it will take you to finish full physical chemistry, right? So if I say this is 2 moles of PCl5 were heated in a closed vessel of 2 liter, they are saying 2 moles of PCl5 are there. This we heated, it will produce PCl3 and Cl2. Now we are saying 2 moles. That means initially we know that how many moles we have? We have 2 moles were heated in a closed vessel of 2 liter capacity. Volume is also given to you. Perfect. If volume is given to you, great, right? Because you know concentration. Because in case of, if I want to find out the equilibrium constant Kc means I need concentration, but moles are given to me. So concentration is nothing but moles divided by volume in liter, and that is why this volume is very important for us, right? At equilibrium, he is saying 40% of PCl5 is dissociated into PCl3 and Cl2. So alpha is given to you, that is 40%, that is 40 by 100. So that means they are saying it will be 2 by 5, right? That is the value of alpha here. Alpha is also given to you, so there is no problem in that. The value of equilibrium constant. Firstly, I'll write it in the way of, in the form of alpha here. So that will be 2. Here I will write it in the form of initial concentration only. 2 minus 2 alpha, right? This is going to be alpha only, right? Because here stoichiometry is 1 only. This is also going to be alpha only, right? Okay. So what I'll do here, right? 200, yes. Okay. So now you just need to multiply it with alpha value that you have, and after that you will have your answer, right? Okay. This is why it is written as 2 minus. I'll tell you why. The way they have solved it is different. It's actually same only. Okay. So basically I'll tell you here what is happening. I'll just tell you that. So I'll just write it here only. Why to waste our time there, right? I'll just write it here only. Take 2 common. It is 1 minus alpha. This is alpha. This is alpha. Alpha is 40 by 100. That's why 1 minus alpha will be 60 by 100. So, right? That way they have calculated. I'm just putting alpha here, right? Directly. That is 2 by 5. Instead of putting 40 by 100, I'm directly putting it 2 by 5. Okay, so you can directly put it 2 into 1 minus 2 by 5. This is 2 by 5 and this will be 2 by 5. Now what you need to do, this will be 5 minus 2. This will be 2 into 3 by 5. That is 6 by 5. This will be 2 by 5. This will be 2 by 5. Now you have all your concentration. Now these are the moles. Remember, we have started with moles. We have written the equilibrium moles with the help of the degree of dissociation. Tell me if this till now this is clear to you. Tell me if till now. Yes, you can also write 0.4. That will also work, right? There is no problem in that. You can also write directly here 0.4. You can solve it in that way. No issues. Okay, totally your choice how you want to solve it, right? Okay. Now I'll divide it because these are the moles. I want to solve it according to concentration. So what I'll do, I'll divide it by 2. So it will be 6 by 5. This is in liters. This will be 10. This will be 2 by 10. This will be 2 by 10. Isn't this become 0.6? This will become 0.2. This will become 0.2, right? Now just solve this value, right? How do I solve this value? Now put it in the value of Kc. Kc will become what? Kc will become what? Yes, everybody. Kc will become what? What should I do? I'll just delete this. I'll just solve the value of alpha here. Alpha is equals to 40 by 100. 2 by 5, I am writing it here, right? And here I am writing that concentration is equals to moles by volume in liter, right? Now here I am solving the value of Kc, right? Kc is equals to what? What is the value of Kc? Tell me, what is the value of Kc? Kc, ma'am, it is equals to, according to this reaction, concentration of PCl3, concentration of Cl2, concentration of PCl5. Now put all the values. Zero point 0.6. This will be zero point 0.2. This is 0.2. Right? This is 0.6. Right? Now you solve it. You will have your answer. Right, everybody? Tell me. Okay? Yes, PCl5 is 0.6, absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Okay, solve this and you will have your answer. Answer will be 1.266. I'm deleting this here, right? Okay, this is like this is easier to solve it like that. Instead of putting the value of 40 by 100 again and again and again, it will consume a lot of time. So instead of that, solve it this way. So what I did here, I used the way. This is most important thing, how you write this thing. This is always on the reactant, the difference in dissociation and non-dissociation things. Before what I did, here what I did, here I solved it this way, here I solved it this way. I said initial minus stoichiometry into x. I didn't say zero point 0.5 minus 0.5 into x. But whenever degree of dissociation is given to you, you will solve it like that. You will say initial concentration minus initial into alpha. This is stoichiometry divided by stoichiometry into alpha. Stoichiometry divided by stoichiometry into alpha. Okay? Tell me, clear, done, right? Next question, let's see that. This is based on, again, equilibrium constants K1 and K2 for the following equilibria are what? So this reaction is given to you. Here they are saying that, okay, for the following equilibria are this, okay, 2NO plus this are related as what? Okay. So they have given you this question, that is, wait a minute. Equilibrium constant of K1 and K2. I think some misprinting is there. NO plus half of O2 give rise to NO2. Yes, this is 2NO plus O2. This will be 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4. NO2. Wait a minute. Okay, it should be 2 NO2 here. Okay. Wait a minute, let me just write it here correctly. Wait a minute, this will be 2NO2, right? This is K1 and this is K2. Now they are saying how they are related to each other. Now this is based on the factors that are affecting the equilibrium constant. So if I say this is just simply multiplied by 2, isn't it? If I multiply it by 2, then you will have this. So here then K2 will be equal to K1 raised to power the factor that you have multiplied it with. So answer is going to be B is the correct answer here. Why D? Is it reverse? This is not reversed. It is same only, right? This reaction is not reversed. You just saw that here it was reversed. That's why, ma'am, this is reversed. There, I have changed the reaction only, guys. I have changed the reaction only. Okay? I have changed the reaction. I am not saying that this is reversed. I am saying that this is the same reaction. If it would happen like this, let's say in the question, let's say, I think in the question it must be opposite. Let's say in the question it is like that. Let's say in the question it is 2NO2 give rise to 2NO plus O2. Now I can say that this is K1. If this is K1 and this is K2, see now what question I am giving you, right? Don't cram the questions, guys, right? So now what you are doing here, now what we are doing here, firstly we are reversing the reaction. Firstly the reaction is reversed, that means K2 firstly is reversed. That's why NO2 came here and NO and O2 came here. Reaction is reversed. Then it is multiplied by 2. That means here it will be square. Now the answer will become D as the correct answer. So initially I gave you the same reaction, right? Okay. Now I am giving you the reversed reaction. So see what exactly is the reaction given to you. So if I give you reverse and then I multiplied it by 2, then this will be the answer. So answer is going to be D is the correct answer here. Next question, guys, that is the molar solubility of zirconium phosphate with molecular formula. This is given by which relation? Let's talk about that, everybody. Yes, everybody. Yes, everybody. Ma'am, why not C? Because you have reversed the reaction, no? This half, why we are with this? So definitely not. This is a rule that when we reverse the reaction, its rate, its equilibrium constant is inverted. That's why it is inverted. Whenever we multiply it with some factor, it is on the raised to power. So it is raised to power 2. Right? So answer will be D is the correct answer. Now let's talk about this. Molar solubility of zirconium phosphate with molecular formula zirconium 4 positive. This is given by what relation? So always remember, whenever I talk about zirconium 3 PO4 so it is going to be equals to, it is going to give zirconium 4 positive in that of 3 atoms of that, and here 4 molecules of PO4 3 negative. Now if I see this here, KSP, the simple trick is stoichiometry raised to power stoichiometry, stoichiometry raised to power stoichiometry, right? Solubility raised to power 3 plus 4, right? So answer is going to be 3 into 3 into 3, right? This, so you have to do the calculation. It will be S raised to power 4, 5, 6, 7, and this you will solve it with the help of calculation. So 1 by 3 is not correct, 1 by 6 is not correct. Because if I want to solve the value of solubility here, right, it will come here and it will be 1 by 7, right? So either this will be the answer or this will be the answer. So these two are definitely not the answer, and now I have to solve this value here. 3 into 3 into 3. Now I'll tell you how I will solve it, okay? 3 into 3 is 6, and into 3 is 27. Wait a minute, 3 into 3 is, sorry, 9, right? 3 into 3 is 9, and 9 into 3 is 27. So that means the last digit is 7. So 4 into 4 is 16. 4 into 4 is again 16. 6 into 6 will be 36. So it is 6. 7, 5, 7, 5, 35, 7, 6, 42. So that means here it will be 42. That means the last digit has to be 2. So that's why answer will be 2. So answer will be A is the correct answer. Okay? Got it? Tell me. Got it now? You don't have to do all the calculations and all. Just see the last digit, and from that as well you can answer the question here. Right? Okay. Now let's see the next one here. You don't have to solve it fully. You will be able to solve it just by answering that. Okay. Right? The way I solved it was a trick. So I would say that one is an easy method. Stoichiometry into raised to power stoichiometry, stoichiometry raised to power stoichiometry, solubility raised to power sum of the stoichiometries, right? Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll see how many demands are then I'll think about that. Now next is the oxidation state of S atoms in the Marshall and Caro's acid Firstly, you need to know what is Marshall and what is Caro's acid. So this is from redox reactions. These are some famous acids that you have. This is Marshall's acid. This is Caro's acid. Right now, in the Marshall's acid, if you see what is the oxidation state of S atom, right? So how do I answer this? Here S atom is doubly bonded, so it will be -2, so it will be +2. It is singly bonded, it will be -1 here, it will be +1. Doubly bonded is -2, so it will be +2 here. This will be -1, so this is +1 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So S atom has 6 oxidation state. Here also it will be same. It is symmetrical only, so it will be +6, right? So overall it is going to have 6 oxidation state of each S atom. What about this one? What about Caro's acid? Again it is -2, so it is +2. It is -2, so it is +2. Single bond means -1, double bond means -2, triple bond means -3. Simple. This is more electronegative, so it is minus. This is less electronegative, that's why it is plus. This is two atoms. This oxygen has, here it is -1, that is why it is +1. Again it is -1 because of this hydrogen, then it will be +1. So overall oxygen is going to have -2. But with this sulfur it is forming single bond, so it will be -1 for this sulfur and +1 for this sulfur, right? Then here again it is -1, this is +1. Now remember, I am not saying that this oxygen will have -1, because oxygen and oxygen has no electronegativity difference. That is the reason this will have -1 because of only this sulfur. But this oxygen will have -1 because of this sulfur, -1 more because of this hydrogen. This also -1 because of this sulfur. Then because oxygen and oxygen have no electronegative difference, so this will have -1 only. So they can also ask you how many oxygen atoms are there which has -1 charge. Okay, so that's why you should have knowledge about it. So 2 to 6, 2 to 4 plus 2, that is 6, so it is also going to be +6. So answer is going to be B is the correct answer here. Is that clear, everybody? Right? Tell me. Is that clear? Tell me, everyone. Right? Now let's talk about this thing here, that the next question that you have is based on, let's talk about this, everybody. Let's talk about this, everybody. So next question is based on which thing? Let's talk about that. At 27 degrees Celsius, 1 mole of ideal gas, this is thermodynamics, thermodynamics. Tell me which thing they are saying. Is this reversible, isothermal? Yes, ma'am. 1 mole, that means number of mole is equals to 1 here, of an ideal gas is compressed isothermally, reversibly. Isothermal has 2. Now they are asking you delta E, that is nothing but delta U only, that is internal energy, and Q. We know that delta U is equals to Q plus W. We also know that in case of isothermal process, temperature changes 0. Whenever temperature changes 0, delta U is going to be 0 here. That means we can definitely say the value of delta U is going to be 0. So clearly you have your answer here, right? So you have your answer that this is going to be the answer, because for isothermal process, but ma'am, that much easy? No, we will not do that, right? It's not lagging again, right? Oh, so we already have our answer, but still we will solve the value of work as well. What if they give you, let's say they have given you another this option with 0 as internal energy. Let's say one more option is given like that. Now you can say B and D will not be the correct answer. Either A or C will be the correct answer, right? Because they will not give you like that within seconds you'll be able to solve it. At least some hard work you'll have to do, right? Now what you will do? You will say Q is equals to minus of W. Now can you calculate the work done? Tell me. There are two formulas of work done. One is where we use log and one is where we don't use log. Tell me which formula you will use for reversible isothermal. Let me see how many of you have done good revision with me. Log you will use or not use. With reversible isothermal, can they also say it is reversible? That means variable external variable external pressure, right? Reversible means variable external pressure they can give you. At irreversible, they can give you constant external pressure, but here it is variable external pressure, right? So instead of giving you reversible, they can also confuse you like that, right? So now which formula you will use? Which formula? With log formula you will use here, and that too you will use the formula of pressure. You have two formulas. Tell me, even if they give you volume here, in case of volume, wait a minute, see, in case of volume it will be minus 2.303 nRT ln of, this is ln, this is log of V2 by V1, right? That will be in case of volume. If they give you volume, if they give you pressure, instead of minus put positive. Why, ma'am? Actually pressure and volume are inversely enough, so it will be P1 by P2 if you write minus here. So that's why we inverted it and it became the formula. Now you have number of moles. What is the value of R here? They have given you, they have asked you to solve it in calories. So for calories, the value of R, even if they don't give you in the question, will be equals to 2. That you should know. That in case of calories, its value is 2. Whenever you have to solve it in joules, its value is 8.314. And R is equals to 8.314. You can also write it as 25 by 3. Right? That will make your calculations easy. Right? So now here what you will do, you have the value. This is initial pressure and this is final pressure, right? What else you have? Temperature is given to you, that is 300 Kelvin. That is also given. So now just put the values. N is 1, R is 2, and temperature is 300. P1 is 2, P2 is 10. Just solve this and you will get your answer here. This is the value of work done. Q will be opposite. Q will be equals to minus of W. So if it is coming out to be 965.84, then Q will be equals to minus 965.84. So answer is going to be A is the correct answer here. Tell me guys, is that clear to all of you or not? I'll just delete this because I have changed the option there now. So I'll just put this here, right? Okay, understood, right? Okay, yes. Now let's talk about chemical bonding. From chemical bonding, a very famous question on hybridization for sure will be there, right? This is a topic, if you are weak in, you're already saying I don't want these 4 marks, right? So it's, if you are good in this topic, 4 marks you will say for sure are fixed, right? So the number of molecules that show linear geometry means sp hybridization. So if I talk about SO2, those who are very very good in already solving these, so I'll tell you how to do this. Let's see how to do this. How to do this. Let's see this here. Firstly, I have SO2, right? So those who have already done it multiple times, is a very famous structure. But still, if you have no idea about it, we know that sulfur belongs to group number 16, ma'am. 16 means 6 valence electron. Out of those, it is already forming SO2. Oh ho ho ho. It is bacha SO2. It is not SO3. So already 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds it is forming. So it is 2 electrons. That means 1 lone pair is there, right? So 1 lone pair and 2 and how many sigma bonds? 2 sigma bond is 3. That is sp2 hybridization. So definitely sp2 is not linear. So that is actually trigonal planar structure like this. So if I talk about the shape here, it is going to be what kind of shape? It is going to be bent V shape. Isn't it bent V? Because lone pair we don't include in the shapes, right? I am solving everything here, right? Now what is the next one? Next one is, let's talk about, let's talk about which one? Tell me which one will solve? BeCl2. What is BeCl2? Very good, everybody. Beryllium, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, ma'am, it has 4 valence electrons. Out of these, 2 are occupied, 2 electrons you're left with. It means 1 lone pair you have. Ma'am, sigma bonds, it will form 2 sigma plus 1 lone pair, it is equals to 3. That is again sp2 hybridization, is it? Wait a minute. 2 electrons, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, BeCl2. 2 bonds it is already forming. So 2 electrons you're left with, that means 1 lone pair. Oh, my bad. My bad, guys. I only considered this. So BeCl, right now. Wait a minute. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 were there. Here you have only 2 electrons that are involved. So 4 minus hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. Mistake, I'll tell you what we have done. This belongs to group number 2. I was considering its that valence electron of group 2 is 2. Yes, valence electron of group 2 is 2 valence electron. It does not belong to group 4, right? So it has 2 valence electron because this belongs to group number 2. So it will be 2 electrons are already occupied, 0 lone pair will be there. So beryllium has, what is the value of Z? It is how many electrons you have, how many sigma bond is 2 plus 0, that is 2. So it is beryllium, this is Cl and this is Cl, and that is going to be a linear structure, right, without any lone pair. So I can say this is definitely linear, right? Even if you solve only the value of Z, that will also work. Why I'm solving fully? Because what if they ask you shapes, right? That is the reason, right? What if they ask you different shapes? So I just want to have a practice because we are doing the practice, right? Otherwise you can directly answer this as well. Now CO2, so we all know that it is linear, right? This is no point of solving this only, right? So this is a very famous thing that CO2 is linear, right? Then what about N3 negative? That is also a very famous structure, right? N3 negative, this is also linear, a very famous structure. This is also very famous structure, right? Okay, then this is also linear. Now talk about NO2. If I talk about NO2, in this case if you see, and F2, now in case of NO2 and F2, so we can see F2 is not linear, that is definitely there, it will be bent shape. What about NO2? In case of, wait a minute, NO2, right? This is the NO2 positive now. So you have NO2 and you have NO2 positive. Out of this, NO2 positive has linear structure, which is this structure, NO2 positive. This is also, the compounds of nitrogen are very famous, okay? Those structures, so you should know as it is. What is the structure of NO2? What is the structure of NO3? What is the structure of N3 negative? All these structures you should know as it is, because sometimes this theory is not applied there, right? So that is why might we will end up solving wrong. That's why I'm telling you this, you should know as it is, right? Okay, now what about this? This is also not linear. What about F2? This is also not linear. If you see this over here, here it is not drawn, so I'll just tell you. Actually, oxygen, just like water, it has this kind of structure, okay? So definitely that is not linear. XCF2, if you see, in this case what exactly happens here, this is solvable because xenon has, it belongs to group number 18, so 8 outermost electron minus 2 are involved in the valence, in the bond pair, so it will be 6 electrons, that means 3 lone pair, 3 lone pair plus 2 bond pair is 5, that is sp3d2. Now hybridization will not define here, right, this structure, because here this is xenon, it has 1 2 3 4, this is trigonal bipyramidal structure, but 3 lone pair are placed here, 3 lone pair are placed in the equatorial positions. Now can you see this is a linear structure? Now can you see little bit distorted it will be, but it's a linear structure, okay, because of repulsion on the equatorial will be less, so this is also a linear structure here. What about I see O3 negative 2? If you see, it is definitely not linear. If I tell you this here, if I draw the structure also here, it is definitely not linear. 1 2 3, this is O negative, this is O positive, right? So it is definitely not linear, it will also not be in that category. These are famous structures, okay. Then if I talk about I3 negative, just like you have N3 negative, in the case of N3 negative, it is N double bond N double bond N, and here nitrogen has two bonds, and that is why it is negative here. So whenever it has less bond than expected, it is negative. It has four bonds, that is why it is positive. It has two bonds, that is why it is negative. This is the structure of N3, right? What about I3 negative? I3 negative, if you see, this belongs to group number 17, so 7 outermost electron, and we know that if I draw I3, the center I will have 2 electrons already occupied, and one extra electron is already there, so it will be 8 minus 2, that is 6 electrons, that is 3 lone pair. So 3 lone pair plus you have 2 bond pair, that is 1 2, so that will be 5, that is sp3d. Again on the trigonal positions, on the equatorial position you have the lone pair, and this is the linear structure. This is just drawn opposite way. I can also draw it like this, okay. 1 2 equatorial positions you have lone pair, right? Everybody tell me, is that clear? Is that clear? So answer is going to be, this is also linear. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, so you have 6 as the correct answer. And these kind of question, I would say, are very time consuming, they will take time, right? And when you, when in teacher they have asked you, so that's why you need to, very good in these things, because hybridization shapes, so definitely one question will be there. Now will that question will be easy or will it be difficult, that depends on the examiner, right? Okay, yes, 2 bond pair 3 lone pair resulting in linear structure, absolutely correct, absolutely correct. Now let's talk about the next question here, that is there for Hess's law, I think. Yes, isn't it? This is for Hess's law. So here what you have, we are said that delta H sublimation, okay, of carbon graphite is this, right? Carbon and hydrogen delta H is this, the bond breaking enthalpy is this, HH bond breaking is this, C double bond C, this should be written as C double bond C, it's actually like this, it's actually like this, right? It's actually like this. C double bond C, bond breaking enthalpy is this. This is bond energies. Bond dissociation energy. Right? These are bond dissociation energy. As we can see, this is sublimation. So now they are saying that delta H formation for CH2 double bond CH2 is what? Okay. See, you have carbon graphite, you want to form it. Whenever you form it, you will form it from the elementary particles. So that means formation will be from the elemental state, that is carbon graphite plus H2, they are going to give you CH2 CH2. This thing is called as delta H formation. But to solve this delta H formation, we don't have anything, right? How can we predict that? We'll predict that with the help of Hess's law. We know that carbon, this, if I convert it into carbon gaseous, this is in the form of graphite. If I convert it into carbon gaseous, solid to gas is enthalpy of sublimation. Isn't enthalpy of sublimation already given to you? Yes ma'am, it is already given. Now you have 4 hydrogen here that you will add here, and hence you will have this particular thing. Now but I would say delta H formation of this is equals to, because here stoichiometry is 2, so it is going to be 2 into delta H sublimation of carbon plus, now this is very very important, why we have written this for 4 hydrogen. Why we have written it? Let's talk about that. So if I say you have 4 hydrogen, what exactly you are forming here? C double bond C, this is H, this is H, this is H. What if you take the opposite of that? So I have 4 CH bonds, I have 1 C double bond C bond. Okay, 4 CH bonds I have, right? And I have here, this is CH2, CH2. And here one more thing that you have is 4 CH bond, 1 CC bond, and 1 this bond also you have, no? 1 this HH bond also you have. So this also will be converted to BD, right? This also is there. So if I talk about this thing, and this thing, if I say this is number 1, this is number 2. For carbon solid to carbon gas, you have sublimation enthalpy that is given to you. Stoichiometry is 2, so enthalpy of sublimation multiplied by 2. Then we add 2 into BDE of hydrogen, that is HH. But ma'am, why you have subtracted carbon, carbon and carbon hydrogen here? Because we are doing the opposite thing. If I take this to this, then I'll have to, this is C double bond C, this is H, 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 H. If I go from this to this, then I'll break this bond and I'll break these 4 bonds. So I'll add C double bond C and 4 into C carbon bond with hydrogen. If I am breaking it, then I'll have to add it. But now I am doing the opposite. I am making it. So when I am making it, the enthalpies will also be subtracted here. So it is minus of delta H C double bond C minus of 4 into delta H CH. Tell me guys if that is clear to all of you or not. Right? Okay, then you just need to put the values and you will have your answer here. Right, everyone? Do let me know if that is clear to all of you or not. Right, students? Tell me. 4 CH bond, but we are not adding it, we are subtracting it. Why we are subtracting it? Because see, if I want to talk about bond dissociation enthalpy, that will be this thing, right? Then I will add it, but I am doing the opposite arrow. When I am doing opposite, then I'll subtract it, right? Understood? If I am okay, so I'll explain again. What they have given you, delta H sublimation, and they have given you bond dissociation enthalpy. They are saying delta H formation of this you have to do. Now delta H formation means always formation is from the elemental particles. Elemental state of carbon is carbon solid, that is graphite, right? Plus elemental state of hydrogen is H2. Now I balance this equation, this became 2 carbon, this became 2 hydrogen. But how can I solve it directly? I know that if I have some other path of forming CH2 double bond CH2, then I can apply Hess's law. So what I'll do, firstly I'll convert this solid to gaseous, that is 2 into sublimation. I'll break this hydrogen into 4 hydrogens, that is 2 into bond dissociation enthalpy of this HH, right? 2 this of you have, so you'll have 2 into bond dissociation enthalpy of HH. That's why I have added it here. Now why I am subtracting C double bond C and CH here? Why I'm not adding it? Because bond dissociation means you have this part here, and when you dissociate, when you break the bonds, when you break this, break this, break this, break this, break this, then you will say that this is bond dissociation enthalpy. But when you are if I go from here to here, I'm talking about BDE, because that is dissociation I'm talking about. But if I go from here to here, that will be opposite. No, going from here to here is dissociation, right? But dissociation is given to you. They have not given me formation. So what I'll do, if this to this is given to me, then I'll just subtract it to get this to this. So that's why I'm subtracting this and this. C double bond C and CH. Now is that clear? Right? Okay. Yes. Now, next is, let's talk about, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion, other is labeled as reasoning. Assertion is the stability order of +1 oxidation state of gallium. Indium thallium is this, okay, stability order of +1. See, lower oxidation state increases down the group, and the group is BALGAINTL. So definitely this will have more. So yes, I can say this is true. Lower oxidation state increases down the group. The inert pair Frick stabilizes the lower oxidation state. Absolutely correct. That is the reason. So I can say not the explanation. No, they are the correct explanation. So answer will be both are true and they are the correct explanation. So answer is going to be D is the correct answer here. Next is group number 13. See, group number 13 is there in P block. That is in your class 11th part only. That's why I'm covering it here. Group number 13 elements react with O2 in amorphous form to form oxides of this type. They are saying some group number 13 element with O2 in amorphous form to form some oxides here. Which among the following is most basic oxide? Now guys, tell me, the basicity increases or decreases down the group? Who will tell me the basicity increases or decreases down the group? Right? Yes, everyone. This is, if I talk about basicity will increase down the group, so I can say maximum most basic oxide will be of PN. So I can say this A is the correct answer here. Is that clear or not? Basicity is increasing down the group. See what is happening. Non-metallic character is decreasing along the period. Down the group, I can say non-metallic character is decreasing, because it is increasing along the period. Down the group, non-metallic character is decreasing. That is why metallic character is increasing, and that is why down the group basicity increases. So answer will be most basic is TL is the correct answer here, right? Now let's talk about which one of the following will show geometrical isomerism. Let's see. GI, what is GI? GI is very simple. C double bond C. I have told this in complete organic chemistry in just one day we have done, right? So if you remember, I have told you there 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? I told you even if you take this as 1 and 2, so 1 should never be equals to 2, only then GI can exist. So if I see this here, hydrogen and bromine are different, this environment is different, this environment is absolutely different, because here you can't see bromine, here you can see bromine. Here first is carbon and carbon, second is carbon, here it is carbon with bromine. So definitely this will show GI. So definitely answer is going to be A is the correct answer. Here two hydrogens on same carbon, same atom, so no. On here the environment is same, here it is different, but this is carbon and carbon same, carbon and carbon same. Then you go and meet, both are at the same time they are meeting bromine. So definitely same environment is there, so it will not cause. Two hydrogen, two same atoms on the same carbon, definitely not. So answer is going to be A is the correct answer here. Tell me guys, is that clear? Right, everyone? Right? So which of the following has highest acidic hydrogen? Highest acidic hydrogen. Tell me everyone. Which of the following has highest acidic hydrogen? Acidic hydrogen which we can easily lose. So remember that whenever you have some electron withdrawing group, whenever After losing hydrogen, the carbon ion is stabilized. It will be acidic in nature, right? Okay. So if I talk about, if here you lose one hydrogen, you will have negative C double bond O and negative. So what can happen here? When you have C negative and this is C double bond O, negative single bond double bond, isn't it resonance stabilized? Even here there is resonance, even here there is resonance. So here to negative will have resonance stabilization. Here also you have negative, only one resonance stabilization will be there. Even if here you have negative, only one resonance stabilization will be there. Here also if you have negative, one resonance stabilization. Here if you have negative, only one resonance stabilization. So two resonance stabilization I am not getting anywhere except for this D. So answer is going to be D is the correct answer. After losing this hydrogen, it will make a situation negative C double bond O, C double bond O. Two resonance stabilized conditions it is giving you. So definitely answer is going to be D is the correct answer here. Right? Okay. Then next is acidic strength. They are saying the descending order of acidity for the following carboxylic acids. Acidic strength, how do you find the acidic strength here? This is COOH, this is CH3. See, simple thing is here you will say that acid always form carbanion. To carbanion, whenever you are donating something, they become unstable. Whenever you are taking out something, they become extremely stable. So that means here we can say one thing, that the stability will be defined by which thing? When you are taking out the electrons, when you have good electron withdrawing groups, then it will be stable. So here you have electron withdrawing, here also, and here also. See, fluorine is maximum electron withdrawing, so definitely all of them are ruled out. And here you have three fluorine, so definitely it is going to be maximum acidic. So answer is B is maximum acidic. So this is ruled out, this is ruled out. Either this or this will be the answer. After B, you will have fluorine with one fluorine, because other are chlorine and bromine. So after B, you will have D here, right? Yes. After B, so you have D. Now, fluorine, chlorine. Then you will have chlorine here, that is C. Then you will have bromine here, that is E. Least will be which has no minus I, only plus I of the CH3, that is A. So answer is going to be C is the correct answer here. Is that clear? They're asking you the value of acidity, right? If they ask you the value of pKa, that will have the opposite order. B very less, then D, then C, then E, then A. This is the order of pK, because that is inversely proportional to the acidity here. Next question is two isomers A and B with molecular formula. This give different products on oxidation. This is a mixed question of, like, you can say reaction also they are giving, isomerism also they are asking, right? So let's see what exactly we want to know here. So what they are saying, two isomer A and B with molecular formula C4H8. Now can you see this molecular formula is actually representing alkene? It is actually representing alkene, or I would specially say this is actually representing ethene, right? Gives different product on oxidation with KMNO4 in acidic medium. Isomer A on reaction with this result in effervescence of gas and gives ketone. The compound A is what? So see, either it can be isomer, means it can be cis or trans. So ethene, two isomers of A and B. Achha, this is not talking about ethene. This is 4 carbon. They are talking about butene. So either it can be cis or it can be trans. So I would say this is cis and this is trans. Okay, this is trans. Right? That is clear. Give different product on oxidation with KMNO4 in acidic medium. but they are saying it is giving you different products. So definitely it is not cis and trans. Then it will be different alkene only. So if I say either it will be this 1, 2, 3, 4, either it will be this, that double bond is in the center and one is terminal, then they will give different products, right? Here it is CH2, this is CH, this is CH2, this is CH3, this is CH3, this is CH, this is CH, this is CH3. So if I talk about this and this here, right, can anyone tell me what will happen after oxidation with KMnO4 acidic? That means double bond will break, right? You will have C double bond O, this is H and this is H, and this will be C double bond O, this is H and this is CH2 CH3, right? This is, they are saying KMnO4 in acidic medium, that means strong KMnO4 is there, so it will further cause the oxidation. So it will be C double bond O. This is H, this is H. So what they are saying, in acidic medium, they are saying different products. They are saying two isomers A and B with molecular formula give different products. Okay, we can see different products with KMnO4 in acidic medium. Isomer A on reaction with KMnO4 results in effervescence of gas. So what exactly is happening here? I am talking about KMnO4 in acidic medium. So I will not stop at like little bit oxidation, just break the double bond, attach double bond. Oh no, it is same as oxidative ozonolysis. I will firstly break the double bond and attach double bond on both the cases. Then I will say that hydrogen which is attached to carbonyl will be replaced by OH. This will be replaced by OH, isn't it? This will be replaced by OH. Only the hydrogen that is attached to the carbonyl will be replaced by OH. Now, one more thing that you will see, this is nothing but this is H2CO3. So this will further dissociate to give you H2 and CO2 because carbonic acid is not at all stable. That means this isomer is actually A and this isomer is B, because they are saying A isomer is giving you effervescence of a gas and gives, what is the gas? CO2, gives ketone, and ketone also it is giving, perfect, gives ketone. Okay, the compound A is what? So what is the compound A? Earlier though it was giving you ketone only, na? Then we converted it into acid because we want more oxidation is happening there. In the end, everything is getting converted to acid, but before though it was giving you ketone only, na, which we converted it to acid. So we are saying the compound A is nothing but it is but-1-ene, right? 1-ene is there, 2-ene is not there, right? So I can say it is but-1-ene. So answer will be why 2-methyl propene. No, it is but-1-ene. Achha, they are giving you something else. They are saying that this is ketone only. So this is also not true. Oh, they are saying it is ketone only, even after further oxidation also it gives you ketone. So that means that those two isomers are not correct here. So this is also not A, this is also not A, because this is giving you acid, this is giving you acid. That means we need something. We need double bond there, which already has two methyls. I'll tell you how. This is CH2. Now if I break it, if I say break the double bond O, C double bond O, it will become CH3. If you have this, see, if you have the formation of aldehyde, then it will be, achha, firstly though you had the formation of aldehyde, na? They are saying ketone here, my bad. They are saying ketone here, they are not saying it is aldehyde. So it is, here it is ketone, there is no other possibility where it will be ketone. So here it will be C double bond O, this is H, this is H. Further we know that only these two hydrogens are directly connected to OH, so this will give you CO2 and water, and this is ketone and this is ketone. So answer will be 2-methyl propene, or I would say a easier method is see the options, and from the options, see cis and trans will give you the same answer. So 1, 2, 3, three options you have. One is butanene, this is but2e, and this is 2-methylpropene. So you do ozonolysis, oxidative ozonolysis, or KMnO4 in the acidic medium is same. Reductive ozonolysis and KMnO4 in the alkaline medium is same, or dilute medium is same, right? Okay. Achha, then they are saying number of stereoisomers possible for the given structure. Stereoisomers possible. Let me see. So because I need to call Namrata ma'am also after that. So you have now, so you have a lot of questions we are left with. Number of stereoisomers possible for the given structure. See, stereoisomerism. Firstly, can I see that the structure is symmetrical or unsymmetrical? We can clearly see this structure is unsymmetrical, so answer will be 2 raised to power n, where n is the number of geometrical isomer sites. So this is GI site, this is also GI site, and this I can see chiral center. I need to see one is different. Here it is connected to double bond, here it is connected to carbon. So this is the chiral carbon, right? So answer will be n is equals to 2 GI plus 1 chiral carbon, that is 3. So here it will be 2 raised to power 3, right? So they are asking you 8. Answer will be 8 is the correct answer here, right? Okay. Tell me. Unsymmetrical stereoisomerism, the calculation is also very easy. Formula is also very easy to remember. Other formulas I have told you in my organic chemistry marathon, but this question in 2 shifts it was repeated, so I would say it is important, right? Okay, nothing to do here. 2 raised to power n is what formula? Easy formula, right? So the elemental, now this is the formula question of empirical. Let's see this, everyone. Let's see this empirical formula question. From some basic concepts of chemistry, it says the elemental composition of a compound is this. See, how do you make it? This is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? So you make a line here, right? Then you make a line, one more line here, or you make proper lines here, right? Okay. Now what is the molecular mass that is given to you? Whatever is given in percentage, now you convert it into grams. So this is 54.2, this is 9.2, this is 36.6. Okay, this is 9.2, this is 36.6. Okay. Now they are saying that oxygen is there. They are saying atomic. See, now what you have to write here? You have to write here what? Tell me, everyone. You must be able to write the value of the molar mass here. That is 12 here. This is 1 and this is 16. Now you calculate the number of moles here. That is given mass by molar mass. Given mass by molar mass. Given mass by molar mass. Now calculate this in simplest whole number ratio, right? If I see the simplest whole number ratio after calculation, this is 4.5, this is 9.2, this is 2.2. So I'll divide it by 2.2 everywhere, 2.28. Say 2.28, this will be 1. This is approximately 4 times, because 2 into 4 is 8, and this is 0.8. 0.8 will make 1.2. Na? So that's why it is approximately 4 times. This is approximately 2 times. It is approximately double of that. So I can see the simplest whole number ratio is C2H4O. This is the empirical formula, right? This is the empirical formula. And what they are asking you, they are saying molar mass of the compound is given. Now what is the empirical mass? Empirical mass is 12 into 2 plus 4 plus 16, that is 24 plus 4, 28, plus 16, that is 8 plus this is 12, 2 3 42, right? This is 42. Empirical mass is 42. Empirical mass is 42. So now what you will do? molar mass by empirical mass is equals to n. This is what is the value of molecular mass of the compound 132 by 42. That is given. When you solve this, the answer will be equals to 3. That means molecular formula is C2H4O, and this is 3 here. That is C64312. This is O3. That is going to be your molecular formula here. So answer is going to be C6H12O3 is the correct answer. So answer is B is the correct answer here. Tell me, is that clear? Is that clear, everybody? Works, everyone? Yes, 132 by 42, right? Okay, understood? Yes. Next is they're asking you which one of the following does not show stereoisomerism? Stereoisomerism. For stereoisomerism, first thing is you should have a chiral carbon or you should have geometrical isomerism. Yeah, one of the either geometrical or optical isomerism it should show. So this is C double bond C. This is how many questions? Are there questions I am taking more or what? Right? Wait a minute. C double bond C. It is hexene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3 in. 1, 2, 3. 3 in. This is 3, 4 on the third position. And on the fourth position, you have, definitely it is showing you geometrical isomerism. You can see on one carbon you have methyl and here you have ethyl. So definitely it is showing you GI. GI means stereo also it will show. Na? So this is hexene. So this is hex 1. 1 means so definitely it will not show you geometrical isomerism. GI, this also will not show you GI. This also will not show you GI. 3 in will show you GI. 3 in will be like this only. That will be 3 ethyl. Na? So if I make 3 in, so it will be this thing. On third position you have, it will be this thing. So this also shows GI. So this one and this one I need to draw. They are saying what you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are saying, ma'am, it is 1 in 4 methyl. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 methyl. Now, definitely it is not going to show you GI, but what about chiral center? Chiral center it has. Yes, it has chiral center. Plane of symmetry it has. No. So whenever optically active will be that thing which is asymmetrical, which does not have plane of symmetry and which have at least one chiral. So this is showing you optical isomer. This is showing you GI. This is showing you GI. Okay. So these are showing stereoisomer. Let's talk about this 3 methyl. 3 methyl. 1, 2, 3. 3 methyl means this. Now if I see plane of symmetry, 3 methyl hexguanine, 4 methyl hexguanine. If I see chiral center is here also, does not show is how? This though, how answer will be 3? Wait a minute. Because this is also showing you optical isomerism. Wait a minute. Have I done anything wrong here? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 in means 1, 2, 3 this in. 3 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Over smartness I showed. So this is beta ethyl only na. Over smartness na. Hai Jaldi se I was like, let's do this fast. But this was 3 ethyl. So this carbon have 2 same. So this is not showing you any GI. Because this is not showing you GI, but this is showing optical isomerism. This is also having chiral center. So this also shows optical isomerism. So this is showing GI, this is showing OI, this is showing OI, this is not showing GI or OI. There is no chiral center also here, as you can see, right? So that means this will not show any stereoisomerism. Is that clear? Okay. Yes. Done. Considering the basic strength of amines in aqueous solution, which one has the smallest pKb value? Right? Smallest pKb value means maximum basicity. They are asking about maximum basic. Basic strength now is defined by availability of electrons, right? Here, though these lone pairs are actually in this situation, they will definitely be involved in resonance, so they will not be available here, right? These are having 3 methyl group donation, 1 methyl group donation, so this has maximum basicity because from 3 methyl groups it is being donated, the electrons are being donated here, right? And acha, they are giving you an aqueous solution. Erase this, right? They are giving an aqueous solution. This though definitely is not the correct answer. But whenever you have methyl and they give you aqueous solution, things change. For ethyl it is different, for methyl it is different. So maximum is for secondary, right? So answer will be secondary here. So answer will be, where is secondary? Secondary is not given to here, it will be secondary. Some typing mistake is there, right? This is secondary, 2 methyl and this is 1. So answer will be D is the correct answer here. Okay, right? 2 1 3 2 3 1, I told you methyl and ethyl, right? That thing is used here. That's why tertiary is not the correct answer, right? I think by mistake this slide is here again, right? Okay, let's see how many questions. 2 3 4 5 questions we have. So 1 3, I'll just let Namrata ma'am know that we are left with 5 questions so that she can also prepare herself. So now next is butadiene. So what we have? So what you have here, butadiene is reacted separately with 1 mole of hydrogen as shown below. So what you have alkyne and you have hydrogen. So we know that whenever there is Lindlar's catalyst, cis alkene is formed. So A is cis. Here in case of Birch reduction, trans alkene is formed, right? Now they are saying A is more soluble than B, this and that. Now guys, tell me, cis and trans, basically they are talking about. What will be the correct answer here? Yes students, what will be the correct answer here? Yes everybody, cis and trans, so I told you, reaction part I told you. Now cis and trans you need to tell me. They are asking you the incorrect statements here, right? So A means cis is more soluble than B. Yes, okay, that is correct statement. Cis is always more soluble than B, right? Then the boiling point, see why it is more soluble? Reason being because of its structure. It will have this kind of structure. That is why it will occupy less space and it is more soluble. The boiling point and melting point of A are higher and low of A are higher, that means cis is, I'll say cis. Boiling and melting point of cis are higher and lower than B respectively. They are saying boiling point of cis is higher, boiling point of A are higher and melting point is lower. Cis they are talking about, okay. Boiling point they are saying cis is higher than trans. Melting point they are saying of trans is, this is absolutely correct. Cis has more boiling point and trans has more melting point. That is absolutely correct. So this is also the true thing. A is more polar than B. Cis is not, no. Trans is more polar than B. You can see cis. So if I say trans, wait a minute. A is more polar. Cis is more polar than B because dipole moment of A is 0. No, A will not cancel. Trans will cancel the dipole moment. This is false. Br2 adds easily to B, then A. See, if I talk about cis and trans here, one is this thing, other is this thing. Br2 will be added because it forms, if you remember, this forms cyclic halonium ion. है ना? So cyclic halonium ion, we have to add easily to B. B means they are saying to trans it will be added more easily. No. How will cyclic halonium ion will be formed? Because of the steric repulsions will be there. In this case, Br2 will be more easily added. So this is also false here. So answer is incorrect statement is C and D is the incorrect statement. So answer is D is the correct answer here. Right? Okay. Tell me. And also let me know if you need break or you don't need break. You'll just start with that. So it actually depends upon ma'am. Right? So now let's see. IUPAC name of following compound is what? See, you have two things. One is carboxylic acid, other is COCH3. So which one polyfunctional it is? So definitely carboxylic acid is more priority. So it will be hexanoic acid. So I'll start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Right? This is acting as a substituent now. Right? This is also a substituent. So I'll say hexanoic acid. Right? Hexanoid, no, hexane, no, right? You have 2 methyl, yes. On fifth also you have no. Acha. 2 to you have methyl here, right? 2 have methyl. On sixth what you have? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methoxycarbonyl. 6, 7. Longest chain also will say na 5, 6, 7, right? So if I say this is 2,5 dimethyl, and now because it is carbon is also, see, now this CO is also a substituent, but this is also included in the parent chain. So it will, its name will be carb. Do you remember that carbaldehyde, carb, oxalic acid? Similarly, I told you for if ether is there, if ester is there in the parent chain and it is acting as a substituent, then its name will be not substituent, means it will be in the parent chain, right? So it will be what on the sixth position it is. So it will be 6 methoxycarbonyl, right? Because here you have methoxy, so 6 methoxycarbonyl. This I will not write, so I'll just write it 5, 6. And this sixth position is your ester that has the name of alkoxycarbonyl. When the name is included, when the functional group is included in the parent chain, it has the name alkoxycarbonyl. So 6 alkoxycarbonyl, 2,5 dimethyl, this is also substitute, 2,5 dimethyl hexanoic acid. So answer is 4 is the correct answer here. Right, everybody? This was interesting question, right? IUPAC naming also they are asking you, right? Given below are two statements. The presence of weaker pi bonds makes alkene less stable. The strength of double bond is greater than carbon-carbon single bond. Now, who will tell me the answer? Everybody in the chat box. Let's see if you can answer this or not. Right? So, the presence of weaker pi bonds make alkenes less stable than alkanes. Pi bonds are, yes, weaker because they have sideways overlapping. They don't have this overlap, which is direct overlap is not there. Lateral overlap is not there. So we can say definitely it is true. That is why they are weaker. That's why it is easy to break them. The strength of double bond is greater than that of carbon-carbon single bond. So what now we are saying? See, two things are there. You have, this is a very confusing thing for students. They say that this is true or this is true. I'll tell you both are true. This is carbon-carbon single bond. If I say sigma and pi bond is weaker. That is absolutely correct. So we can say pi bond is weaker. That is why electrons move in the pi bond. Pi bond electrons move easily. But if I say the bond length of this is greater, that is why its bond length is shorter. less is the bond length, more is the bond association energy required. That is why strength of double bond is greater. That is also true. But pi bonds are weaker as compared to sigma bond. That is also true, right? Because of their overlapping, sideways overlapping. So both the statements are correct here, right? Okay. Acha, I think this is the last question, last second question, I feel. One question though I will give you for homework, right? This question I am giving you for homework. I'll just delete the answer here, right? Okay. This question I'll be giving you for homework. So take the screenshot of this one, and last question I'll be solving now. Take this as take the screenshot and answer me in the comment section after it is done. After you're done with mathematics class, do let me know what is the answer for this one, right? Okay, everybody. So now what you will have, now let's talk about this question here, that is Carius method. Now Carius method, that is in purification, they are asking you question or based on Dumas method, Carius method. They have asked for sulfur in the previous year, so that is important. Okay, don't ignore that. Duma, if you want to totally don't want to do purification qualitative quantitative, plus please do percentages there. Okay, that is important. In Carius method, for estimation of halogens, 180 milligram of organic compound, that is W, it is given to be 180 milligram. Okay, this is W is given to you. You can just write it here. Produce this much of AgCl. They are saying weight of AgCl is also given to you. The percentage composition of chlorine, they are asking you. Percentage composition of chlorine, right? Okay. So how you will write it? I'll give you a simple formula for that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mm. Yes, so sorry. I got some call in between, right? Okay, so percentage of chlorine. Firstly, though, you have to calculate the number of moles, right? Okay, then you will divide it with the organic compound and multiply it with the 100. So, directly, what you will do, firstly, calculate. We know that 1 Cl, one AgCl has 1 Cl, so that means number of moles of Cl and AgCl are same. So directly calculate the number of moles of AgCl given weight by molar mass, right? Okay. Now you have the number of moles of AgCl. Organic compound is given to you in the question. This is a molar mass of AgCl multiplied by 1000. Molar mass of chlorine, this is multiplied by 100 is the correct answer. Or you can just directly say percentage is always equals to detection compound. I write it like detection compound. This is this is weight of detection compound. Weight of a detection compound is AgCl by molar mass of AgCl. This is multiplied by molar mass of the element that you are calculating. This is weight, and this is multiplied by 100. That is the correct answer. Okay, that is how you solve it, right? Or you can just directly say, or you can firstly solve number of moles, then multiply it with the mass of chlorine divided by organic compound, multiply by 100, and you get your answer. This is direct formula based, and usually you solve it the same way. If the detection compound, this I have made a chart also. I did it in there's a marathon where I did it in biomolecules and purification qualitative quantitative analysis. You can see it in the end. I have done it, right? Okay, tell me, clear everybody? So let me tell Namrata ma'am that class is over, right? She can join. Wait a minute. So, guys, that's it for today. Now, I'll see you all right in tomorrow's mock test. That is going to be for class 12. Do shower your love and don't forget to hit the like button, right? Because next we will be doing mock test of class 12. So, that's it, guys. Till then, bye bye. Take care and don't forget to do the homework here. I have given you the homework. And don't forget to like the session and the notes will be provided in the description box. And also one more thing here, that is, wait a minute, that is your eclavier test series that is already there. And you know what is the amazing thing that is happening? Amazing thing is that in the eclavier, so I have also I'll just tell you that. So if you see this here, eclavier JEE test series, here when you click this here, what you have is 9 rupees you get what? You can give the mock test at a specific time, that is 9 to 12. Full report analysis will be given to you, your rank will be provided to you. These are the, like, every day one mock test is happening till 25th of Jan, right? Okay, you can see this over here, and these are based on your previous analysis of JEE. Not only this, you're also getting 99 high weightage topics test, right, from PCM, right? And part test and those two I told you only that are given in, see, if you want to give the mock test kind of situation, then it will be 9 to 12. Otherwise you can reattempt any time of the day, right? Okay, so that's it, guys. And one more thing, if you see this over here, for mock test, before mock test, do watch this video. So it is over here where I have written, like, I have given you full detail of, like, how to be, like, good in mock test, how to perform good in mock test. I have given you 3P rule: plan, practice, and perform. So go through that, it will really really help you. These 17 minutes, watch it in 2x, and this will help you a lot for your mock test, right? Okay, so that's it, guys, for today. And I'll see you all in the next class. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Bye bye.
Hello, 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 my ninja warriors. What's up, everybody? How are you? How are you all? Am I audible? Am I visible? I will speak a little slow today as my voice is not voicing. Let me know in the comment section if I am audible as well as visible. All right, okay, 99 questions session part 2. Yes, I will let you know whenever it is going to happen. Right now, let's just focus on the 3 back-to-back mock tests. Okay, all right, everybody. Yes, brightness. Do you want me to increase more lights? I can do that. Is it better now? Is it better? All right, yes. So let's start with mathematics. I hope that you have completed physics and chemistry, and now quickly let's start with mathematics section. The PDF of this particular session you will get combined PDF after the session. Yes, all right, yes. Hi Louise, how are you? Okay, now this particular question, which is based on sets, okay, let me, okay, yes, so this is a question from sets. Okay, today, as you know, that we are going to only discuss class 11th chapters, so do not expect me to solve class 12th chapters questions. Okay, I hope the agenda is clear. Okay, yes. All right. Yes, two finite sets M and N elements respectively, the total number of subsets of first set, the total number of subsets of first sets is 120 more than total number of subsets of the second set. Okay, basically in this question two sets they are telling. Okay, two sets. Suppose set A is having M elements and this is having N elements. Okay, Yes. And now the total number of subsets. By the way, there is a formula. Can anybody tell me number of subsets of any sets is equals to 2 power cardinality. Okay, cardinality of that particular set. Okay. So what they are trying to say is that total number of subsets of the first set 2 power n is equals to 2 power n plus 120. Okay. All right. Yes. Clear. So now this question is basically nothing but hit and trial. If you can do this with the guessing, then the question will be very easy. 2 power n, 2 power n. You can think about it, okay? See, 128 minus 8. Can you see? 128 minus 8. 128 minus 8 is nothing but 120. That means m is going to be what? 128 is what? 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 4 is 64, 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 6 is 64, 2 power 7 is 128 and n is equals to 3. So over here 7 comma 3, okay, and you know what, the options are also given like that, but you know what, right now this has become very easy. Why this has become easy? Because they are actually asking you ordered pair. If they are going to ask you m plus n, then you won't be able to hit and try. Okay, then you have to like multiple hit and try. Here, so you can actually try with the options also. That map 4 comma 3 is not working, reject. Option elimination you can only do. Option elimination you can only do if the options are given like this. But what if this is a numerical type and they are asking you the value of m plus n, right? So that way the question will be slightly difficult. Okay. Alrighty, yes. Second question, domain of this function. Quickly we know that denominator can never be 0. That means mod of x minus x, because right now there is a square root involved. Any expression which is inside the square root has to be greater than or equal to 0, but I am not going to apply equality. Why? Because if I am going to apply an equality, then denominator will be 0, which I don't want. So only strictly, okay, strictly greater than 0. So now this is what I am looking for. Case number 1. What happens when your x is positive? Ma'am, when my x is positive, let's pick any positive number, suppose 3. 3 greater than 3 greater than 3. Is it true? No. That means positive numbers are so straight away rejected. Okay. What happens when x is negative? When x is negative, then suppose x is equals to minus 3. Then it is satisfied. Surprisingly, mod of minus 3 is greater than minus 3. So 3 greater than minus 3, which is true. Which is true. So that means negative numbers accepted. Third, what happens when x is equals to 0? In fact, you can put x is equals to 0 over here. It will not get satisfied. So only negative numbers excluding 0, option A. Easy peasy? Yes. Alright, how is it going till now? Next question, slightly now increase the level. Let's increase the level, okay. 2 cos square x by 2 sine square x, okay, is equals to this equation. Can you see the left hand side is trigonometry and the right hand side is algebra? Two different chapters are put together in an equation. Two different words are put together in an equation. That means this is the problem of, here we don't have to solve it. Do not solve such questions. Do not think about how will I solve it. Please understand. See, over here 2 cos square x by 2, the first thing is what I am going to do is this I will change, and this is 1 plus cos x, and this is sine square x is equals to x plus x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 minus 2. Okay, so this over here x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2, or rather no, let's do this. X minus 1 by x whole square plus 2. Yes, now the right hand side will always be greater than 2. RHS will be greater than 2. What about LHS? The maximum value of LHS, if you see, if you put x is equals to actually the maximum value is never going to touch. It is always less than 2. This will always be less than 2. Correct? This value is always going to be the less than 2 only. Right? Okay. Because see, this is 1 plus cos x and this is 1 minus cos square x. So if you are going to solve it, this is going to be less than 2. Okay, so no solution. Right? No solution. Okay. Yes. All right. Next question. Now next question is again not a very difficult question. Let's see, 3 is already there. Now for all natural number, this expression is divisible by which number? So I am not going to apply any rule. Rather what I am going to do is I am going to put n is equals to 1 and check what is happening. N is equals to what? 3. If n is 1, so 5 cube, add, okay, then we have plus, if n is 1, 2 power 4. 125 into 3 plus 16. Correct? Okay. 3 5s are 15. 3 2s are 6, 7. 3 5s are 50. 3 2s are 6, 7. 3 1s are 3 plus 16. So this is going to be 391, which is divisible by 17, my dear students. This is divisible by 17. Okay. Now this cube roots of unity, right? Cube roots of unity. Alpha and alpha square be the roots of this. Can you see that this is nothing but, see, x cube is equals to 1. 3 roots 1 omega square. How come? X is equals to 1, add x square plus x plus 1 is equals to 0. Correct? So omega and omega square. So if they are saying alpha and alpha square are the roots of this equation, no, omega and omega square, omega power 31 plus omega power 62. Okay. Now omega, sorry, not, there is no plus sign, but there is a comma. Omega power 31, so omega power 30, so this is omega and this is omega power 60, so omega square. Omega and omega square, this is omega and omega square. Again, omega and omega square are roots of this only. Option B, same equation, same roots. Sorry, not B, sorry. B has a negative sign, a C. Exact, ditto, same. X square plus x plus 1, x square plus x plus 1, C only. Yes. Alrighty. Next question. Alright. The roots of the equation be two consecutive integers, then b square minus 4c is equal to what? Roots of this equation be two consecutive integers, right? So let me assume that my roots are x is equals to n comma n plus 1. Okay. So x minus n plus 1. Okay, equals to 0. Right? Or rather, you can actually write sum of roots and product of roots. Yes, sum of roots, can anybody tell me? So b is equals to sum of roots 2n plus 1, sum of roots. Okay, and c is equals to n square plus n, product of roots. Correct? Now b square minus 4 is 4c. B square minus 4c. Okay, so B add, okay. B square minus 4c, correct? Alright, so B square 2n plus 1 whole square. B square minus 4c, let's see what happens. Minus 4c. Okay, this is the formula. 4n square minus 4n square cancel. 4n plus 1 minus, this is 4n. Can you see how easy this question has become now? 1 is the right answer. Okay. Alright. Moving on to the next problem. Ready. Okay, this. Find the value of 65 power 1 by 3 using binomial expansion. Okay, 65 is going to be 65 cube root. Can anybody tell me what is 2 cube 8? What is 3 cube 27? What is 4 cube 64? So this is 64 plus 1 power 1 by 3, or you can also write it as 1 plus 64 power 1 by 3. I think this is more better. Let's see. Now this is binomial expansion, right? NC0 1 by 3. Okay. 64 plus 1 power 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 C0. At C0, okay, 64 minus power n minus r and 1 power 0 plus HC1 64 power n minus 1 and 1 power 1 plus HC2 and so on. Okay, see, HC0 is what? 64 power 1 by 3 and that's it, plus HC1, so this is 1 by 3, 64 power minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3 minus 1, correct? 1 is there, plus HC2 n minus 1, so this is n minus 1 by 2, 64 power minus n minus 2, correct? 1 by 3 minus 2 and so on. Let's now decode. This is what? Tell me. 64 power 1 by 3 is 4 plus, what about this? Okay, this is 4 power minus 2. So 1 by 3, 4 power minus 2 is 1 by 16 and so on, that's it. So your answer will be 4. Okay, I'll show you the calculation. What will be the answer? Okay. So x is anyway small, so we are going to only do this. Yes. So 4 plus 0.2. Can you see this is 0.2? 4.02. Okay. All right. Next question. Add be the positive integer coefficient of second, third and fourth terms in the expansion of 1 plus x power n r in AP. Correct. So second, coefficient of second term. Can anybody tell me second term, coefficient of second term? It is HC1, HC2 and HC3 are in AP. What does that mean? 2 times HC2 is equals to HC1 plus HC3. Correct. Okay. Right. 2 HC2 to 2 n minus 1 by 2 is equals to n plus n minus 1 n minus 2 by 6. Okay. N cancel, 2 cancel, n also cancels. So n minus 1 is equals to 1 plus n square minus 3 n plus 2 by 6. Okay. solve it and find the value of n. Can anybody find the value of n? All right, find the value of n. N is 125, right? If you're going to solve this quadratic, this is just a quadratic. I hope you'll be able to solve it. Okay, so if you're going to solve it now, this is what you're going to get. N is anyway God, yes. N is equals to 0 to 7. N we have cancelled 2, 7, and we know that n cannot be 2, because if n is 2, then this will not make sense, right? N cannot be 2. 2C2, 2C3 will not happen. So n is equals to 7 will be the right answer. Okie dokie. Next question. Yes. Number of now this question is very important. Very important. Very, very important, right? The number of common terms common between two series 2 plus 5 plus 8 are all the way up to 50 terms, right? So 2, 5, 8 to 50 terms, 3, 5, 7. I can clearly see that 5 and 5 is common. So first term will be 5. But I am not aware the common difference of this series will be what? Okay. So basically there are two arithmetic progression and we need to form a new arithmetic progression, which is again is going to be an arithmetic progression, but the terms of this newly formed arithmetic progression is nothing but common terms of first and second. Tell me, what is the common difference of first? So map 3. Common difference of second, map 2. Okay. Common difference of this is LCM of 3 and 2, which is 6. 5, 11 and so on, right? Okay. Now, how many common terms are there? How many common terms are there? Correct? Okay. So, to find the number of terms, I need to know what will be my last term. Okay, I need to know what will be my last term. If I am able to find my last term, my series will get completed and I can actually find how many number of terms are there. Okay, so for that what I have to do is just tell me 50 terms and 30 terms. Tell me the 50th term, 50th, the last term of this. Can anybody tell me last term of this? So our 50th term will be 2 plus n minus 1, 49 and d. $149. What about this 30 term? A plus n minus 1. N minus 1 will be 20, right? And d is what? 2. 3 plus 58, 61, right? Basically this 68. Correct? 3 plus 20. So just understand, because now understand, because the newly formed AP is only going to have common terms, right? Okay. Now tell me that my last term of this newly formed AP will be less than 61. Basically less than minimum of these two only. Yes, okay, less than 61. Because you know what? Any number which is greater than 61 will not be sitting in my series. Otherwise, how will the numbers over here will be common? Okay. Because after 61, this series will not have any number. So, this series will also not have any number, right? So, yes, last term, now 61. Okay. See, last term is less than 61 or equal to, yes. Last term 5 D is less than or equals to 61, correct? 61 minus 5 is 66, 11. N is coming out as 12. 12, are you here? To 30 terms, right? They are saying 121. I guess 149 is right, but okay, alright. There is a correction over here in the question. See, this is not 30 but 60. 60 terms. If this is 60, then the answer will be changed. This is 50, right? 59 into 2. So this is going to be what? Tell me. 121. So this is 121. This value is 121. 121. 121. Correct? 121 minus 5, anybody? 126. Okay. So n minus 1 6 less than equals to 116, right? So n from here, correct? See, n from here is going to be less than 20 point something, so n is equals to 20 will be the right answer, correct? Alrighty everybody, yes. Another question on your screen. Now this is a basic classic question where we need to obviously take logarithm both the sides, right? But over here, can anybody tell me what is this? Clearly this is sum of odd natural numbers. But how many odd natural numbers? Can anybody tell me? So ma'am, if we start from 1, right now it is 4021. But if I consider 4022, from 1 to 4022 total how many numbers? 4022 numbers. In 4022 numbers there will be 2011, right? 4022 total 4022, in which 2011 odd numbers, 2011 even numbers. Here 2011 odd numbers are written. How many numbers? 2011. So what is this? Can anybody tell me? So this is 2011 log x to the base 10 is equals to 11 log 2011 to the base, and this is square. Okay, now you'll be like, ma'am, what did you just do? How many of you are aware, okay, especially the Olympiad aspirants, sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. So sum of first 2011 odd natural numbers 2011 square. Now take log here and log here. Okay, this will come in front, log x log 2011 is equals to, now here this is 2 log 2011 log 11. So over here this is gone, this is also gone. Okay, 11, this is square. If you equate, x is equals to 11 square. Okay, x is equals to 121, which lies in this interval. After the session is over, you can get the session PDF. Okay, bisector of the acute angle formed between the lines this. Now there is a direct formula. How many of you are aware? Okay, so all you have to do is find A1 A2 plus B1 B2. A1 A2, 4 3s are 12 plus B1 B2, 3 4s are 12, which is positive. Now if this is positive, positive side will give you obtuse angle. That means negative side will give you acute. In the question what they are asking is acute angle bisector. So now while applying the formula, what we are going to do is, this is the formula, right? See, A1 A2 plus B1 B2 is giving positive side. Side of A1 A2 plus B1 B2 will be the side of obtuse. So here this is positive, so positive side will be the side of obtuse. The remaining side will be acute. Negative side will be of acute. Now what's the formula? Nothing. Equation of line upon square root of A1 square plus B1 A1 square plus B1 square. So this is square root of 4 square plus 3 square, which is 5. And here positive side will remove. Again square root 3 square plus 4 square. Solve it, 5 cancel. Solve it now and you are going to get a bisector. Okay, direct formula. orthocenter of the triangle whose vertices are, okay, orthocenter of the triangle whose vertices are. So see, I'm not going to solve it, but I'm going to tell you the procedure, right? Orthocenter you're going to find, yes, orthocenter, right? So over here now you have to find the altitude. How to find the altitude? By finding at this orthocenter, right? Okay, orthocenter is an altitude, yes, this is your altitude and this is your altitude. Okay, so first you have 0.5 comma minus 2, and what about slope of this? Slope of this is first. Slope of this will be perpendicular. So slope of this, let's find out slope of this. 4 minus 2 is 2. 1, and this is also 2. This is 1. Slope is 1, right? Slope is 1. Y minus 5. Y plus 2 is equals to 1. X minus 5. Correct? Second, similarly, 1 comma y minus 2. This is the point. Is equals to, sorry, now this is minus 1. Okay, if slope of this line is 1, slope of this line will be minus 1. That's why minus 1. Similarly, slope of this line 6 upon minus 4, minus 3 by 2. So slope of this line will be 2 by 3, and this is x plus 1. These two lines, if you are going to solve this, you are going to get the orthocenter. Yes, now you know how to find orthocenter. Okay, I'll show it to you. So what did we do? First, vertices of triangle, equation of altitude through minus 1 comma 2, just like we have figured out. Okay, at slope is minus 1, and equation of altitude through another point, which is this. Okay, sorry, this is A, 5 comma minus 2, misprint, yes. Eventually, if you are going to solve these two equations, 1 by 5 comma 14 by 15, pure calculation, nothing else, right? Next question on your screen, coordinate of foot of perpendicular from A comma 0. See, understand, this is a line y is equals to mx plus A by m, correct? Then A comma 0. Coordinate of foot of perpendicular from A comma 0 on this line are. First, let's first write the equation of this line. Slope of this line is minus 1 by m. Y minus 0, because the line passing through this point, minus 1 by x, x minus a. Okay, y is equals to minus x by m plus a by m. Let's solve this and this, and eventually you will get the answer. If you add, no, subtract, yes. If you subtract y cancel, ebb, x is coming out as clearly 0. X is 0, where x, can you see, if you subtract this and this, clearly this is gone, constant term and y both are gone, so x is 0. So x is coming out as 0. If x is 0, what, the moment you put x is equals to 0, y will be a by m. Option A, easy question, not a very difficult. Yes? Okay. Right. The tangent at P, any point on the circle. See, there is a circle. Now, tangent at P intersects the coordinate axis at A and B, correct? Then, what we are looking for is, now options. AB is a constant? No, not at all. AB will vary. If you actually put this point over here, the AB length will be different, right? So, this is incorrect. PA and PB are also very, can you see if the point P is very near, that PB will be smaller. Okay, so this option B is also obviously incorrect. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. Locus of midpoint is what we need to check. How to check locus of midpoint first? Let's understand. All right. Point P. P point is 2 cos theta, 2 sin theta. Okay. And now this is A, 0. This is 0, B. And we have a midpoint which is H, K. Correct? Okay. So, midpoint, right? All right. Now, understand. You're looking for locus of H, K. Can anybody tell me that H is nothing but A by 2 and K is nothing but B by 2. So, A over here. So, these are the two things. Correct? One more thing. One more thing. If you do not take this as cos, sine, but take this as x1, y1 also, and write the equation of tangent. X1 plus y1 is equals to 4 is the equation of tangent, right? Now, H, K is going to satisfy, right? So, by the way, A, 0. A is what? 2H. So, this is 2H, 0 and 0, 2B. Yes. So, let's put this value, correct? So, here I am going to put 2H, 0. So, 2H x1 is equals to 4, first equation. And y, in place of y, we are going to put 2b. This is 0, 2b. 2b y1 is also 4, correct? So, H, and we know that x1 and y1 we know, right? X1 is what? 2 cos theta. Y1 is what? 2 sin theta. So, we know already that, or we can actually skip this step also. See, x1 value if we can calculate. Can anybody tell me the value of x1? So, ma'am, yes. x1 is equals to 2 by h. y1 is 2 by k. Okay. Now, x1, y1 satisfies this circle. So, let's put this in the circle. So, 4 by h square plus 4 by k square is equals to 4. 4 cancel. 1 by x square plus 1 by y square is equals to 1, which is actually this. Can you see these two are same? Option C is absolutely correct. All right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Now, this is a set question. If a normal at a point 1, 2 on the parabola meets the parabola again at the point this, the value of t is what? Okay, first of all, normal at 1, 2. Okay, so over here, let me just write this as 1, 2. And you know what? The parametric coordinate related to this is 80 square, 280. So, t1 square, 2a t1. A is 1, 2 t1. Okay, if you compare, t1 will be 1, right? t1 is equals to 1. This is t square, 2t. Now, a normal at t1 meets the parabola at t2 has a condition, let me tell you. A normal at t1 meets the parabola at t2 has a condition. Okay, which the condition is this. t2 is equals to what? Minus t1 minus 2 by t1. Okay, so we have seen that t1 was 1. You put 1, you will realize t2 will be what? T2 will be what? 3. So, t2 is nothing but the t2 will be 3. Sorry, minus 3. So, the answer of this question is minus 3. Okay, please understand t2 is equals to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. t1 is 1. So, minus 1 minus 2. So, t2 is minus 3, which is nothing but this second t. Okay. Yes. All right. Next question. 3D geometry question from, but that will do tomorrow, not today. This is the question for tomorrow. Limits. Limits are still in class 11th, right? This we can do. Limits extend to infinity. Can anybody tell me what kind of form is this? Is this one Is this 1 raised to power infinity? Yes, if you put infinity by ninja technique, 1 raised to power infinity, right? Okay. So e power x plus 4, okay. How to treat 1 raised to power infinity? There is a set formula. I hope you know. E power. This power will come in front and we need to subtract 1 from this. That's it. So x plus 4 and this is what? 5x plus 1. Infinity by infinity. Ninja technique says that highest power coefficient upon highest power coefficient. So 1 by 1. So e power 1 by 1 into 5. E power 5. Option C is absolutely right. Easy peasy. Again. Yeah. Alright. Now this question again, see, formula based questions. Okay. X power n minus 1 upon x minus a is what? Limit x tend to a. Standard limit n a power n minus 1. Same here. 4 1 power 3 is equals to, from here 3 and k power 2 and here 2 k power 1. So 4 is equals to 3 by 2k and this 4 to side, k is equals to 8 by 3. Option D. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Now this question on your screen. The mean of 5 distinct observations is 7 and their variance is 12. Okay. Mean is 7. Okay. Variance is 12. 3 observations are given. So 3, 6, 12 plus P plus Q upon 5 is 7. Correct. P plus Q you will get from here. Okay. Now variance. Correct. Variance is what? Sigma. Yes. So sigma square is 12. 12 is equals to, now formula, sigma xi square upon 5 minus 7 square. Correct. 12. Direct formula. So 3 square is 9 plus 36 plus 144 plus p square plus q square upon 5 plus 49. Sorry, minus 49. That's it. Now you will get p square plus q square from here. Okay. P plus q is with you. P square plus q. I will show it to you. See. Sum is this. Solve it, p plus q, you will get 14. Okay. Now, can you see? Again, 3 square, 6 square and minus, this is variance. So, sigma xi square by 5 minus v square is equals to 12. 12 plus 49, solve it, keep solving it, p square plus q square you will get from here. Okay. So, now let's apply this formula, p square plus q square plus 2pq. So, product you will get, pq is 40. Sum is 14. Product is 40, 10 plus 4 clearly, 10 and 4. 10 and 4, what are we waiting for? 10 and 4, option C. No need to solve also. Okay, again, another question on your screen. Everybody? Another question, right? Standard deviation of this is 3.5, right? So, which of the following? So, basically we just need to apply sigma square. 3.5 square is equals to 2 square is 4 plus 9 plus a square plus 121 upon 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers, right? Minus 2 plus 3 plus a plus 11 upon 4. This is the equation. You just have to keep solving this equation. I'll show you the answer, right? See, this is the equation. Okay, sorry, there is a square also. Yes, this is v square. Okay, solve it, keep solving it, square, so many calculations. Finally, whatever you're going to get is the final answer. Okay, yes. All right, so this is the last question of the day. Oh yes, this is the last question. We are done, we are done, we are done. Okay, so option B is matching, correct? Okay, now the PDF of this export PDF. This is important, right? Because otherwise you are going to ask me PDF. So let me give you PDF. PDF will be shared in the description box, and if at all you have not purchased the mock test, what are you waiting for? Link is given in this description box. Okay, Bats 11th Bats 11 mock. You will get combined, don't worry. We'll club this and we'll share it with you. All right, and tomorrow we are going to meet for 12th mock test. Okay, chalo, bye bye, see you. So Shiva is saying hello. I am going. Okay, chalo.